They're dead. No more stories left to tell. What are you doing here? Go! That's fine. I'll improvise something. Yeah. I can't. If I do, I'm as good as dead. Her voice was an echo in the mind. The searing flash of heat, the roaring of pain and the cracking of bone, the feel of arms, the weight on a bed, and the feel of a scalpel, the rubbing of salves, and then, finally, healing magic, bringing back normal feeling to areas that were either numb or naught but pain. And through it all, the flash and crash of the explosion in the mind, and the look of terror on her face, the assurance in her conviction that death was preferable to failure. Alorin wakes. Back from the dead, I see.
Okay, what do I see?
Okay.
As I'm stirring, I just say, serious. I'm serious.
A bright light strikes your eyes as you slowly begin to rise from consciousness. The light was coming through a window, the soft white drapes billowing a little in the light breeze that drafted through, the high sun showing that it was midday, and its cool glow bathed the cream walls of the hospice room you were in. You were in a cleric's hospice, part of one of the local churches, a godly symbol of a crescent moon and a star hung on the far wall.
This is like the worst thing that could happen to me. Hang about. Oh, the information that I know is in my folder, isn't it? Oh, no. Where the hell am I? First of all, there's sunlight on me. That's not good. Second of all, a church. That's even worse. Okay, you say it was a star and a moon.
Star and a moon.
Okay, fuck for that. I'm not going to die immediately.
You know which god it is?
Vazan.
Yes.
Where the hell? I didn't realise Vazan had a... Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep.
I suppose that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close to where you exploded.
Yeah. Did that happen?
Yes.
I think it did. I think I rolled pretty well.
Yeah. By the way, you're not alone in the room. Next to you lies a sleeping Sirius, but also a rotund individual sits flanked by two intimidating-looking individuals behind him. The large fellow sits in a suit and slowly puffs from a pipe, blowing out breaths of smoke that pooled into the air above him. Palder Cal's eyes rose from the documents and folders he had sitting in his lap.
Question. Okay, no, if you're going to keep
his
speaking,
gaze
sorry.
Meeting yours as you looked around the room.
Okay, first of all, what am I wearing at this point?
Hospital gown, I'm afraid.
Okay, and you say the
roll Constitution saving throw.
Okay. How much pussy does a 9 get me?
I am afraid that you immediately need to pull yourself away from the sun.
Covers. No, scary man. Okay, do I have the strength to stand?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Kind of. You feel a bit weak, but you're alive, so you can force yourself to stand if you wish. It'll be a Constitution saving throw with advantage, but if you fail...
To stand up?
Yeah, to stand up. You're strong enough.
With advantage. Why am I using my hand? Oh, that's why. With an 11, I make an attempt to leap out of bed, out of the sunlight.
You immediately feel weak and collapse against Sirius's bed and down to the floor, but you are out of the sunlight. About time you woke up.
What are you doing here?
You two have made a habit of sticking your nose in business that does not concern you.
You have a habit of making your business our business.
You should not have been at either of the Rosehorn properties. That was not one of the setups that I had applied for you.
Setups? What?
Of course I intended to jumpstart your career. I directed Mr. and Mrs. Dunster down to your little establishment in the first place. It was my hope that raising your esteem a little. Of course, I also had a few stakes in Zeron's holdings at the Dunster establishment. Roll history. Do you know who Zeron is?
No. No. Not with a 7, I don't.
Just checking.
I don't give a rat's fucking ass what your business is.
Oh, but your business has now cost me mine.
Well, you'll be taking that back in our wages, I assume.
Oh no, significantly more than that, I'm afraid. You see, I turned the other cheek when you investigated Mr. Rosehorn, because Mr. Burke, whom you had imprisoned, had all of his assets liquidated, and I was able to grab not a small portion of his profitable business holdings. It benefited me, but this time you have cost me. The damage to the ship by Mr. Sirius's spell was significant. Much of the sleet he caused extreme exterior damage. It began to take on water, and while salvageable, is now significantly lower in the water than it should be, and will need a great deal of repairs. New passage and shipment had to be acquired for those on board, delayed fines had to be paid, insurance paid out, and goodwill besmirched. But that is only half of it. You see, I had dealings with Miss Agate that involved a venture in Dulworth. A venture that her death has cost me. You will make this up to me.
Oh, yes. The rich get slightly less richer. I truly do weep. Now tell me, what do you know about Sirius's condition?
To my understanding, he is fine, and will wake up probably any day now.
Any day? What kind of monkeys do they have running this cleric ward?
You should be happy it was one of yours that helped you get here in the first place. I believe you know him as Bruges?
Do I know there's someone in
Yes!
Bruges? That is a very interesting name, one that you think I'd remember. Bruges, what?
He found you and carried you here and aided with the healing. You've been out for days.
Days?
It is now... Let me just double check this. No. Should have known this. It is now the end of the month. The 60th.
Oh, I see. That's why you're here. You're here to claim your rent.
Yes. Very much so, and I'm afraid some of the terms have been changed.
Mr. de Cal, I have a simple question for you. As you are well aware, my partner and I are investigators. So tell me now, please, exactly how much of a problem are you going to cause us? Because if you don't intend us to stick our nose in your business, would you kindly give us a list of your dealings? Because we cannot pick and choose through psychic powers who we do and do not take the employment of.
It's very simple. When you hear my name as associated with any of the dealings that you're currently in, you simply abandon them.
Halfway through a case, where's the fun in that?
I am not here for your fun, but if you really wish, you can buy out your contract.
Well, okay, tell me this. Answer me this riddle, why don't you? If you expect us to be able to pay your rent, why are you asking us to not take on any cases when you have your finger in so many fucking pies?
I am not here to tell you how to do your job, only not to stick it in mine. Currently, your contract is available for buyout standing at 40,000 gold. If you do not intend to buy it out immediately, you may either make general payments or simply pay what is due. Considering recent events and the clientele that you have been attracting, I have altered aspects of the agreement. I will be expecting 4,000 gold delivered by the end of the day. Consider this your standard workings from now on.
Very well.
You will do a job for me.
I figured that was where this was going to. And might I ask, I assume that this job will cover this as well?
Your expenses have already been paid for at this clinic. I am not without some kindness.
What is the job? You can either tell me now, you can leave it with our assistant, Kelphis.
At this point, Sirius wakes up.
Arise, great Sirius, arise!
I'm all a bit stuck.
There you go, it's alright. Arise, great Sirius!
God, it's like I'm being born again.
You got experience with that?
Oh, fuck it. You want me to forget I'm a bit taller than you?
No, you're not.
Okay.
What are you
Alright.
talking about? I'm 6'7". Ring height.
So, I stir.
And
Thank you for the tea.
and the first things you hear is, you will find this man.
Okay.
Handsome fellow.
Start a World of Warcraft and work from there?
So, what do you first do when you wake up?
By the way, I'll assume that I'm standing at this point in a hospital gown with my back to you, probably. So you're just looking at my bare ass right now.
That is the first thing you see.
I wake up and my first instinct is just to sit bolt upright.
To smack it.
So do I need to roll for Bo to sit up?
No, you're fine.
Okay, so I sit up and I just say, "Where's the woman? The sword. Where's the sword?" Sorry, I say, "Where's the woman?"
There we go.
You do not talk like that.
We got that out of the way early. Good.
Yes.
Is everyone still happy that he's alive?
Oh, I am sure Mr. Alorin can appraise you of the situation. For now, there is a job for you to do.
Yes, would you kindly leave? We need to rest. Oh, unless there's a particular time frame, anyone that we shouldn't be asking about this gentleman?
You have 3 days to find him.
And this is all we have, a face. You don't have a name, no descriptor.
Quite frankly, I expect you to use your considerable capability of investigating. Do your job!
Are you done?
He stands up. Yes. Remember, 4,000, end of the day. And he walks out.
As he leaves the room.
Have you got a rubber so I can rub out my
No.
sword?
Unfortunately, I couldn't find it before we started recording. Just we'll make do.
Okay.
Serious, I'm glad to see you're awake. I don't believe the perp survived the explosion. I believe that was her intention.
And the sword?
Beats me. As far as I'm considered, the case is done.
Where's Denton?
Good question, but not here. I hope he's alright, but we have other pressing matters to attend to. Unfortunately, Palder Cal has raised our debt somewhat. We now owe 4,000 a month, which we have to pay at the end of today. And he has asked that we no longer pursue any cases in which his name comes up. Quite frankly, though, I'm not so sure on that final term.
I'm fairly disinclined to agree with him.
Let's kill the fat bastard.
I've kind of got to the end of my tether with these guys. This seems to be going around in circles and circles and circles.
Exactly. How does he expect us to be an investigation agency when he's committing all of the crime in the city?
In the world.
In the world. Do I find my clothes?
Yes, there is a chest at the end of the bed which has all of your clothing.
What's the status of it? Is it still intact? Suppose it...
Surprisingly intact.
Okay.
There is only one sign of damage. Your mask has a very large crack down it.
Oh, I got a crack on your
Blake, please.
face. This is a serious moment.
I hold it up inside her. This was expensive, damn it.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, also, I assume in these 3 days I haven't really had any blood, so
Roll Constitution saving throw.
While he's doing that, what are my clothes looking like? Are they wearable?
Okay.
Your clothes are fucked.
Okay.
Somehow even your hospital gown is just in pieces.
So my
Tattered and torn and literally unwearable.
I've not even got shorts to put on.
Alalai shorts.
I was going to say,
It's got your heart underpants.
I will literally walk around in the nuddy if I need to. I'll be like, right, well, come on then, let's get going.
Oh, no, unless I get like a large jar full of water and you can just be an octopus in there.
Just carry me around. Okay, so I take my hospital gown off, and how are we looking? Are we a bit bruised and a bit
You
charred?
are relatively well healed.
Okay.
He's looking red-skinned,
Worse
and he looks like he's very badly sunburnt, and his skin is sensitive to the touch right now.
That's probably because of the sunlight as opposed to
Yeah, the actual-
injury.
What was your
I
constitution?
rolled a 15.
You're doing okay, but you're hungry. You're not famished, but you're surprisingly okay.
Okay. That's fine. Do I have any of the blood vials on my person in the
No.
clothes? Shit. That means I probably don't have any left, because I don't know, I might have kept 1 or 2 at home just to be safe. So, hopefully.
So you need to feed at some point today.
Yeah.
Either find an animal or get to the bloody mission.
Okay. Let's ask about Detective Dendon and make our way home. We need to get started on this, and also collecting half of our funds.
Yeah, and I need a new jacket.
Oh, it's going to be expensive all day. Still, shopping montage. Okay,
so let's get our booties wiggling.
Well, let's find a cleric and ask about Detective Denton.
As you step out, there is a nurse that is walking down the hallway.
Excuse me, miss.
You're up. Should I go get someone?
Oh, no, we're leaving. We just wanted to ask, you know about the explosion? That we were...
If the entire city knows about it.
We're famous! There was a Detective Denton. Is he okay?
Oh, yes, he's down the hall. Would you like to go see him?
You probably won't be happy with us.
I'm gonna just like step past her and just like kind of walk down to the hall to where she's pointing. That's how it normally should look like that.
That's how it normally should look, yeah, don't worry.
Okay. Do you go up to the door, which actually has his information on, or that a clipboard is on it, or that with his name and information on. And I'm guessing go inside?
Yeah.
You go inside and you find him significantly worse than you guys. He is relatively well healed, but he has a large bandage over his arm. And do you look at his clipboard?
Yeah.
You find that during the explosion, the sword was actually broken, and part of the sword as shrapnel went straight through his shoulder, and it caused severe burning internal damage.
Ouch. Is there any sign of the sword around? Like,
there is a
Just the hilt sticking out of his chest.
there is actually a thing nearby, not that actually contains the shrapnel pieces that were taken out of him.
okay.
Because
Just left that around. It's biohazard waste.
But it's nearby. Do you want to grab it?
I'm swiping it.
Okay, fair enough.
Is he conscious?
It's a little box about that. No, he's still unconscious. He is still unfortunately out of it. The nurse walks up behind you. I'm afraid he'll still be out for several days now. We're having to have clerics work on him all times of the day, I'm afraid.
We'll send some flowers.
That'd be
With a
appreciated.
little card that says "World's Greatest Detective."
The Batman symbol on it.
Who's Batman? The case is afoot. We have to find this batted man.
Okay. So so he's unconscious. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You're
I
gonna
suck
kiss
his
him.
fingers.
I just sort of like
Dip his hand in warm water.
I just sort of like sort of
Fingers on his face.
get a good look at him and just sort of like, well, hopefully he wakes up soon and
Get a good old look at him.
just sort of like, like, and then I sort of like step past you all and I like kind of head towards like the exit. So
Yeah, I'll be following you out.
And we got our weaponry. We got our swords and our.
Yeah, your weaponry was not kept inside the room, but the nurse does lead you to the room where your kit equipment was kept, and they do give it all back.
Okay, cool. So I
Yeah.
slot my old spear on, put my old net on, and I sort of say to Alorin, right, okay, well, sounds like we've got a lot on. Let's
get back and sure Kelphis has been keeping the place tidy and get some flowers arranged. And then I suppose we get started on this new one. Another bloody unpaid job. That's like half of them now.
As you walk out through the waiting area, roll perception with advantage.
With advantage. Oh, okay, that's a 19 on the die. So that is a total of 26.
16.
You guys walk past, you're just looking around, you're about to go out the door, and then you stop, you pause, realise something, and slowly turn your head, and there's Kelfis sleeping on one of the chairs.
She looks adorable asleep, doesn't she?
I sort of head over and sort of like kneel down next to her and sort of shake her gently awake.
What? They go... Master Sirius!
Come on, no
you're
time to
okay.
waste.
Hold on! She stands up. Wait just a minute!
Yes, I'm sorry that we didn't come back for the party.
I've been worried sick. I've been here for 3 days.
I just sort of interrupt, like, guys, can we save it? Let's go, grab your coat, let's move. And
I take a second, I put my hand on Kelf's shoulder and say, thank you. It's nice to have someone waiting for us.
I'd have been here for the entire week, but unfortunately, people started coming to the agency and I couldn't deal with them. So I closed up the shop.
That's fair. Did you put a little sign in the window saying, on holiday or something?
I just put up a closed sign.
I suppose that'll do. Unfortunately, we have to get back and sort another job, but when we get back, could you arrange for some flowers to be sent for Detective Denton?
Of course. Are you both okay?
We're alive. Bit shaken, bit sore, nervous. Powder Cal's been making demands. But we're alive for now. That's something. How have you been?
Let's not talk about that. Let's go.
Okay.
And she just follows you guys off, and you go straight home.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the way, can I roll a perception? I'm looking for like hanging washing, like bed linen. Or, like...
There are shops on the way.
No, I'm looking
We
for
don't have coin on
You
us.
go right by the southern quarter.
No, but I'm looking for like, hanging linen or like bed sheets or like pillowcases or something. Or,
Okay.
like t-shirts.
Amusing.
Roll perception.
No.
3.
What's a linen?
No, you don't find anything. Thank the Lord.
You tried to fashion some trousers out of bricks.
Thank the many gods I wrote for this.
Okay, so straight home, yeah?
Straight home.
Is he getting many looks being naked?
No, I've got shorts on.
Near naked?
Near little shorts on. And a bit
People are looking a little bit weird.
Is he getting some lady attractors?
No, he's a fish man.
Women really like
Racist.
that. You don't know.
Have you not seen The Shape of Water?
I was looking for like a sexy death bird.
Well, I'm afraid that Guillermo del Toro is not here to find him attractive.
Guillermo del Toro finds him attractive?
That's a shame.
Guillermo del Toro made Shape of Water, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
he finds fishmen attractive.
That's
Okay,
a shame.
Does he find Ron Perlman attractive?
probably.
He should.
He should. Okay, so you guys head home.
Happening.
She lets you in, and the place is a little bit dusty because no one's been home for 3 days.
Okay, I head straight upstairs. I don't know if that's sort of my bedroom. Did I have a bed?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, so with the bed sheets, I'm going to rip them, like, into thin, like, sort of bandages. And basically, like, wrap my, sort of, like, from here to about here. And then, like, a little, like, a couple of bits of scarf to keep me warm. And then
You have actual clothing at home. Those weren't the only clothes that you own.
I thought I was in
Why
the
are you
impression they were
not
the only clothes
just...
I was own.
No, it was literally just the ones that you were wearing that got blown up. You've still got clothes in your
To
bedroom.
be fair, why would you own other clothes?
That was what I was thinking. Why would I
For
own
when
the
those
clothes?
ones need to be
He
washed.
just jumps in the water, he's a fish.
He needs to be washed, but so does the clothes.
Yeah, he just wears them in the bath.
Kelfis would have forced him to have extra clothes.
Okay, so I'm going to slip, like, another sort of, like, kind of jacket on.
Just like a OK Go band t-shirt
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
He's determined to be naked.
And then, like I say, let's get like, a couple of bandages, like, round the...
I would be if it
hands
wouldn't kill
and
me.
wrist. And I head back downstairs, and sort of wherever you at the minute.
Well, I was going to say, I go home and I replace, like, I guess some slightly singed clothing with identical clothes, because I've got 5 of the same outfit, I'm assuming.
You do.
And I sort of ponder my mask and put it on. I'll have to have some leather worker look over this. I might have to buy something in the meantime, though. I'm just wondering, if I have just like a silken kerchief or something, I might wear it as like a face bandana.
The mask is still completely
I
wearable.
might just
it's
drape
cracked.
it over slightly.
The mask is still completely
Is it-
wearable.
is it-
It's not a huge part. Isn't cracked out of it. It's literally just a crack down it.
Still, it's still going to let like foul humours in, but I guess I'll keep
Oh, the
the
vapours!
humours. I'm coming down with the consumption. Okay, that's fine. I'll wear it for now. I'll probably have to buy a new one. I might get a different bird. Get like a toucan or a pelican, man.
It's like a really long one.
Yeah, it's like a big flap underneath it. Completely impractical and terrifying.
Okay.
So when I get back to my room as well, I just immediately hear a blood vial.
Okay. Do you have any at home?
Like I said, I likely would have kept at least one or two at home, but a majority of them I would have kept on my person. Do you want me to roll?
Roll wisdom saving throw. See if you remember if you in fact did that.
Wisdom, there it is. Wisdom saving, okay, that's decent. That's awful, that's a natural 1 on the dice.
You have no blood.
Left at all.
At all.
Fuck. I get home and it's just fallen over in an earthquake or something. Piss. I go back downstairs.
She looks at you. You look a bit antsy. Is everything okay?
No! I'm hungry.
Do you want me to fix up some food?
No, I'll be fine. I'll catch something on the way out.
That's fucking worrisome way of putting it.
It's a phrase where I come from. It's a half-elf thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, what are you guys going to do next?
So-
You've got a task to do.
I'm going to jog downstairs and just sort of like... Did you say it was in a box, the sword?
Yes.
Like all the fragments? I'm just going to like
the
put
piece that was taken from him is that long.
Okay, I'm just going to like put that on the desk, like slam it down and be like, can you put that in the safe? Can you run a dust around? Can you get the doors open? We need as many people through these doors as possible. Start getting the cases done. Can you get on and do some bloody work, please? And then I'm going to say, right, grab that, let's go. And I'm going to open the door and I've gone.
Wow.
Rude.
I don't like being blown up.
She's like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. She's now, 1 second. Oh, she's scared of you now. You've made her scared of you. Congrats.
I'll pat Kelvis again on the shoulder and just say, I'm sorry about that, we'll pay you double for today.
Just don't get blown up this time.
I mean, if I can make that happen, that would be great.
I mean, what are the chances we get blown up 2 cases in a row? Really?
The results might shock you.
I'm afraid you're not going to like this session then. You okay?
So sorry, you probably haven't explained it to me, so I won't ask actually. I'll also sort of go, Kelvis, do you have the key to the safe? I need to withdraw some funds.
She nods and offers you the key.
Okay, I unlock the safe and I withdraw 4,000 gold.
Are we going to do this right straight away? Okay. It's going to be fun. Continue.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
I sort of look around and go, wait, where did Sirius say he was going?
I'm just like on the street, like kind of...
Just kicking rocks.
Yeah, just like kind of like bouncing from one foot to the other.
Child comes on, kick him!
Okay, I step outside with the coins in my breast pocket.
Okay. So, you've got a face, but no name, no nothing else. What are you going to do?
All I know is that he has fabulous facial hair.
Well, have you shown a still of this to the camera, like in the?
Oh yeah,
it'll be there. It'll be there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sirius, I know that we've been given a case, but I think we have some personal tidying to do before we get on it. Is that quite all right? I know I have to make a few ports of call.
Yes. I think that's probably a good idea. Let's do that.
Well, first of all, I need to get my mask sorted. I need to go to the mission, let them know I'm okay. What is it that you need to do?
I'm basically just waiting for you. Do you want me to sort the gold out with Palder Cal?
Yes, and if you could take this sack and lob it through his fucking window, I'd be most happy with
Okay,
it.
so I'll take the gold and I'll tuck it in my shorts.
Okay.
Oh, lovely and sweaty down there.
Let's follow you first.
And
okay?
I'm just going to start jogging up the street to where the last place I know where I can get hold of Palder Cal.
You
Probably
know that he
guy.
is in Cal Alley, which is why it's named after him.
Okay, so
Cal
whereabouts is Cal Alley?
It's,
that it there?
yeah, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it's that triangle
Wonderful.
building.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of head my way that way. So I've kind of gone round the corner and what have you, over Heaths River, and then I've arrived at Cal Alley.
There are obviously guards watching you as you enter, but they don't seem to stop you almost as though they're expecting you. And even though you've never met these guards, they seem to know you. And before you can even reach over to knock on the door, you already hear his voice. Come in.
I open the door and I go, like, walk straight in. Like, straight
He
up to
is
the desk.
sat there still with his pipe. Do you have it?
I just take the gold out, I put it on the desk.
Excellent. You may go.
I'm just sort of giving him the stare down. I've not moved yet.
Is there something more?
The sword.
What about it?
Why did you want it?
I didn't. Someone else did. I was simply a mediator. She needed to get the sword to Dolworth.
I have the shards. Are they any use to you?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
What are we going to do with it?
Are you after decreasing your debt a little?
Can I just ask a question, because I tend to forget.
Is this to Craig or to Palder Cal?
This is the credit.
Okay.
Ask, and depending on the question, I may have you roll history to
That's
see if
fine,
you know.
Yeah. I just want to ascertain. He's told me where another one of my jewels is, right? Already. I already have a name that I'm working with that isn't him. So he's already given me that. Okay. That's fine. That's all I wanted to know.
Do you remember that name?
Yeah, I've got it written down somewhere.
Neridian Task.
That's it. Neridian Task. Yes. Okay. I sort of say to him, well, I suppose we could make some sort of deal. How much would the shards be worth to you?
I might be able to knock off 1,000 for this month.
Oh. We've already fucking paid.
Is the gold still on the table?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I pick it up, I count out 1,000, and I close the bag again, drop it back down, and I go, okay, I'll have it back to you in half an hour, and I head out.
You better.
I don't say anything.
Okay.
I don't like being blown up, Nathan. I'm in a bit of a piss
I'm gonna
today.
give him the fucking sword, alright, right for his fucking thoracic cavity!
I'm in a bit of a piss today, so I'm going to head back, and the next sort of bit where Nathan's doing what he's doing, I'm going to get the sword and take it back to, and put the 1,000 gold back in the safe.
Fair enough then. So you're only down by 3,000 today. And let's go to you. You've arrived at the mission.
Yes.
Okay, just double checking something. Okay, the mission is as busy as usual with its orphans. Agatha is chasing around a child which seems to be covered in mud. She's trying to get the damn kid into the bath.
Busy as ever, Agatha.
Yes. Oh, Kiara's waiting for you. She's expecting you.
How long has she been waiting?
She's been expecting you for the past 3 days and hasn't shut up about it. Go see her, and simply for my peace of mind at least.
You are talking about Kiara, not...
Kiara.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Very well, okay, good. I was hoping to see her anyway. Okay, yeah, I go and find Kiara.
She comes out, she seems to be talking to Clunk about something. She looks over and she sees you and goes, finally! She walked over and smacked you up the back of the head.
Ow, that's very sore.
What is going on?
I got exploded. I can't help that.
No one told us anything. We heard that there was an explosion. I was worried that it was about you, but I couldn't find any information out. And then I look around. No one had seen you for seen you for a week.
What, a week? It was 3 days.
It wasn't. It was a week.
Oh.
Kelphis was waiting for 3 whole days straight.
Oh, sorry. Being in a mild coma really messes with your calendar. Yes, I'm sorry, but yes, I only woke up about an hour ago, but I'm up and about now, so all well.
Come on. She leads you upstairs.
But yeah, I follow happily.
You go into the room where your blood is kept. She opens up and she shows you 5 packs. Take what you need before you become a problem.
Are you all right?
She leans forward. You have never went this long without coming back here for a refill. What am I supposed to think when you vanish and I hear that someone died? What do you think runs through my head? When I hear that you have been chasing someone that then died? Well, you were already late for coming to visit me. I was worried about you.
Well, this might seem weird, but I'm actually happy that you're this upset. It's nice to know someone cares that much.
I've always bloody cared.
I know.
You stepped through that bloody door, needing a place to stay in a city that you didn't know.
And I'll always be thankful.
Good. Now take your goddamn food.
At this
Or
point,
a stand food.
I actually drink one in front of her. Not for any reason, just like like quite clear, visibly desperate.
Like Nathan does with his martinis when it's been an hard week.
She
Apple
seems...
teenies.
She immediately walks out of the room, obviously uncomfortable with the sight.
Do you know where I can get a new? Never mind. I pop my four into my bandolier and I make my way looking for a mask shop, I suppose.
Okay, so you leave the mission. Interestingly, the first time you've been there, we weren't forced to do chores.
Yeah. Oh no! Before I leave, I'll find Simone.
Okay, you find her outside in the courtyard playing hopscotch.
Good for her. Yeah, I'll just approach quietly.
As she turns around during a hop, she looks up at you and goes, "Alorin!" And she runs over and gives you a hug.
Hello, Simone. I'm just here to apologise for being so long without a visit.
You're supposed to visit me once a week.
I know, and I'm sorry, but I'm chasing bad people.
Did you get them?
They're no longer a problem, yes.
Yeah, you're a hero.
I like to think so.
Did you get me something?
Have some blood, child.
Simba. No, I wouldn't give that to her. Just so you know what was running through my head. I was about to go, well, actually, I've got a piece of a very fancy sword to give you, but why would I give that to a child?
Apparently you were giving her knives before, if you remember.
I weren't. No, she played with one of my scalpels without my permission.
Go ahead.
Not right now, but I'll be over tomorrow with something. How's that?
She thinks about it and nods.
Okay. Now be a good girl. Don't worry about annoying Agatha, though. Yes, okay, then I make my leave.
Okay.
And I try to find a mask shop.
You know where a few of them are, because, well,
Because I
basically...
buy my leather sounds there.
You find a shop that deals with masks of all sorts, but they also deal with certain other clothing, like vambraces and stuff like that, leather work.
Bondage gear.
Vambraces are...
Bondage gear.
They're not, that's not bondage gear.
Oh, but they also deal with bondage gear.
You want the shop to deal with bondage gear?
I mean, I'm not saying what their side business should be, but...
Apparently they deal with bondage gear.
Yes! Because when I find this guy, handsome boy, I'm going to show him a thing or two.
Okay.
Okay.
So you open it up, and there's an elvish man sat there looking over through some documents. Don't break anything.
No, I'm here to replace something that's cracked.
Oh, hello there. How can I help?
How many plague masks do you deal with? Do you have many?
I've done a few inside the past, but it's not exactly a profession most go into.
Oh, well, this one's gotten a little damaged. I was just wondering what would be cheaper, to repair or replace?
It depends on the damage. Can I see?
I lean in without taking it off.
He looks at... Oh, Well, a repair job would work, but it won't exactly be very strong. I'm afraid it'd only break again.
That wouldn't be ideal for my line of work.
No, that you'd usually defeat the point of these.
Very well, I might have to purchase a new one. Do you have any in stock?
Oh, we have some... I'm afraid that seeing as it is not a often required product, it's not something we actively keep in stock. However, I do have some templates out back if you'd like a custom order.
How long would that take?
Depends.
On what, the fucking weather? That's out of character. on?
Well, I suppose 1,000 gold would get me would get you a rush order.
Oh, fucking hell.
But if that's too much for you, I could get it to you in about 5 days for 300.
That seems reasonable enough. So what do you need for a template?
Just specifications, colour, what kind of colour do you want it, what kind of material would you like out of it, how much space would you like inside for your perfume stuff that you put inside there when dealing with bad smells.
Paco Rabanne. Sponsors of Super Happy Thunder.
What's your usual preferences? Do you want it exactly like this or what?
How creative are you feeling?
Well, I do see myself as a bit of an artist.
Ooh, go wild.
Ooh. Perhaps some gold trim.
Okay, within the 300 gold price mark, please.
Oh,
Perhaps
of course.
some LEDs.
Can I get it so every time I take a step it lights up?
Have some wheels in the chin.
Put it on.
How much for an Adidas logo?
Put it on and the Tony Stark stuff coming up.
Welcome back, Mr. Alorin.
Yeah. Alright. I tell you what, I'll have I'll have a couple of templates ready for you. I should probably get some made up anyway, and it'll show off the work that I can do anyway. I'm feeling a bit creative. Don't worry. No extra charge on that. We'll see. See you in 3 days.
Very well. Yes.
5 days. Sorry.
Yes. I'm going to take that in character. Okay. Yes, I'll have the 300 gold for you. I can drop that off tomorrow. I'll be around.
I'm afraid I'm not starting it until I'm paid. I can't go off goodwill here. That's a lot of work.
No worries. Yes, I'll get it to you later today.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Then I leave and I suppose head back and wait for Sirius.
Okay, you both arrive at pretty much a similar amount of time, so you're waiting less than 5 minutes before he turns up.
Just a quick, out of sort of what we're doing at the moment, question, but do you remember that lady who played the piano and she was having a concert?
Yes.
It was on the 20th Rain Day or the 22nd Swords Day. Have we missed either of those?
No.
Okay, wonderful. That's all I wanted to know. Sorry. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I kind of come around the corner.
At least not to my knowledge, because I believe that was next one.
I thought it was as well. I just wanted to double check.
Because it's not listed on here, which means it'll be the next one.
Okay, awesome. So I kind of come around the corner. So I've been there, so I've got 1,000 gold. No, I'll put it in the safe, didn't I? That's fine. So I go up to Alorin and I say, so, mystery man, where do you think we should start?
Can I roll to see if I can tell any immediate details, like race, that
Well,
sort
I mean,
of thing?
I've been having a look, and the pointy ears says to me
Suggests
an elf.
half-elf, something
Half-elf,
along
elf.
those lines.
So using my actual human eyes rather than dice.
Roll history.
Okay.
That's only a 6 from me.
Oh, I got a 3. It's in alphabetical order, honey. 4. I got a 4. So.
Well, this case is over. Thank you for joining us on Super Happy Mondays.
We're really lucky.
He seems a bit, he seems a bit fey, elvish by the looks of it, but you can't really tell much else.
Okay, so let's put our heads together. Where do we know where there's lots of elves and fey and half-elves and things like that go?
They're typically more southern quarter than anything else.
Is there like sort of a specialist market where they all hang out?
Do they have like an Elvish Anonymous or something?
No,
they all go to?
like don't take it out of concept. You know, like sort of like a Chinatown almost, like where it's all.
Nope.
No.
A lot of the I will say that a lot of the Eldarin elves, which are the posh elves, do live inside the richer areas of the southern quarter, but it's not exclusive to them. There's even one or two Eldarin elves in the northern quarter.
It's just kind of like by and by, normal and normal,
Yeah.
I guess. Well, let's think about this logically.
I have a vague idea.
Yeah, if Palder Cal wants us to find him, it's got to be something relating to him. Like he's got to be someone important. So either he's done him wrong and he wants to get him and kill him, or he needs something from him.
Not only that, but I mean, who do we know who are experts at tracking people down? More so than us. Thieves.
The Grey Twins.
Yes, I'm sure they'll be happy to see us after a week as well.
Again.
Well, they should stop being so useful.
They are very useful. Okay, let's get over there.
Maybe they'll give us a discount for all of our pain and suffering.
Maybe they give us like a Costa Coffee loyalty card. Like, oh, well, you've got all your stamps here, so this one's on us.
So you head over to the Grey Twins area by the wall.
Slairish.
Up in the coal pits, and you arrive and you knock on the door, and there's no answer. No one's home.
Okay, so I'll have a look through the window.
It looks like they gathered their things in a bit of a hurry.
Okay, I'm going to break the window.
They're still gathered.
No, as in a lot of their stuff is missing. A lot of their stuff has been missing, but not in the way as though it's been raided. It looks like they grabbed their stuff and then left.
Okay, so I'm going to break the window to get in.
A lot seems to have happened in a Oh, you've already broke. Okay.
Do I need to roll to I'm going to use
it's a window.
I'm going to use the
Roll strength against window.
I'm going to use the butt of my spear to smash the glass of the window.
That's fine. So you climb inside?
Yeah.
As I said, the place you get inside. There's a couple of chairs that have been tipped over inside their rush to get out. Other than that, the place is just empty, but not as empty as it should be. So it's not as though they moved out with the intention of taking all their stuff. It's as though they grabbed what was bloody important.
Okay, so I'll have a quick scout around the building, see if there's anything useful.
Yeah, I'll have a quick investigation as well.
Just sort of see if I can find anything to tell me where they might have gone. Perception or investigation? So that's a 16.
Ooh.
I get a 1d4 additional on that.
What are your mad vampire skills?
Yeah, no, that's just my elvishness. Oh. So that's an extra 2, so that brings it to 19.
With a 19, you find by the back door knife marks that are carved into the wood that are quite fresh, and one of them looks to have a little bit of blood on it.
Considering how proficient I am in blood.
Roll investigation with advantage.
Come back here. Okay, so that was a 13 with the 6, that's 19, modified 20.
You can tell that's tabaxi blood. In fact, that's one of the Grey Twins. One of them was injured.
They've been attacked.
It's getting awfully twisty, this.
Let's inquire with Razlan. He's not going to be happy to see us at this time of day. He'll probably be asleep, but the matter's a bit pressing, because now I'm more concerned about their well-being.
Okay, let's chip on over there.
Yeah? So we head on over to where Razlan sleeps.
Okay. He is in deep inside his alley and all that, and he's grumbling as he looks over some stuff.
So he's awake?
Yeah, he's awake.
Okay, so we kind of come around the corner.
Razlan, long time no see.
Thank God you're here! Thank you. I need your help.
Oh, we're about to ask you the same thing, unfortunately.
Well, I tell you what, you help me, I help you. Someone has stolen from me.
What is he again?
He's a gnome?
He's a gnome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to say to him, make it fast, short stuff, we've got places to be.
From you? They've stolen from the man who deals with Teke?
Yes.
Teke is a sect?
Sect.
Sect, sorry, Teke is the god.
Teke is the god, yeah.
The man who deals with sect?
Yes.
They stole from...
Yes.
Have you told sect about this?
Oh yes, and lose my head. No, thank you.
Oh, I guess it was something important they stole then.
Not exactly important, but unfortunately valuable. It was a very valuable painting that the Grey Twins had acquired a few days ago. The gold was put in in trust. A client wanted to buy it. That gold that gold was quite a lot of gold. It was stolen before the painting could actually be delivered, which means the money was stolen from me, the thief, and the client at the same time when it was in trust. Which means my head fucking rolls.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's why you're in a problem. But speaking of the Grey Twins, what's happened to them?
What do you mean?
We visited the premises that we usually meet them at, and it looks like they left in quite a hurry. I found tabaxi blood.
Oh, bugger.
So, what do you make of that?
Honestly, I have no idea, but I suppose if you find out who's ever stolen this, maybe it would lead you something along the lines of the Grey Twins. Maybe someone came after them for the painting.
I sort of hold this up and like the client. This guy?
No, never seen him before.
Okay.
Shit, well.
The painting, what was it?
Is that what you need?
We need...
Do you need to find him?
Yes.
Tell you what, I will inquire on this if you inquire on this. Consider that your payment. How's that?
Excuse me. Well, that'd be very good, because while second mode be coming for your head, Palder Cal's coming after ours.
Oh,
so...
you're right in the thick of it, aren't you?
Quite. I mean, we only got blew up a week ago.
Yes, I heard about that. Glad to see that you're okay. Whatever.
Oh, nothing. A bit of Savlon, mine, thanks.
Okay, I saw this painting. What was it?
It was a fantastic piece. It was called the Battle of Hallmark. It was the Battle of Hallmark is a great famous battle from up north. Now, this painting was absolutely beautiful. It was said that it held a secret, but no one could really find what that secret was. It's such a chaotic piece, but to be honest, it's just a collector's item. The painting isn't really what matters. What matters is how much it is worth to the client who wants it, and to Sect who wants this deal to go forward. So, yes.
Okay. And the Grey Twins were on the theft of that?
Yes, they took it a few days ago.
And you saw it? You saw them take it?
No, obviously I wasn't on the thing. They brought it to me to fence at the auction.
Oh, so you got the paint? Okay.
You've still got the painting?
No, that was stolen too.
As well as the gold?
Yes.
Were they just lying in your tent?
I had yet to put them in a holdings. The moment I got hold of the money, when I was alone, I don't exactly allow people to see where I'm holding my things. I was then taking it down, then I was hit over the back of the head.
To be fair, I don't like it when people see me holding my things either.
Okay, who is the client? He's like the guy that's most likely to have nicked this and the gold.
He's a rich student. He goes to Trinity Academy. He wanted to buy it to show it off to his friends.
What's his name?
Oh no, wait 1 second. Did you get that wrong?
Did you spoil
No, that's who they stole it from.
Oh, they stole it from... Okay, they stole it from a rich student at Trinity Academy. Okay. So that's all we
Sorry, you asked about the client.
Yeah.
Here we go. Actually, I can't. I'm not about to tell you about my client's identity. I'm quite professional, you know.
True.
But on the other hand, if he has stolen it and you need to get it back, what's the harm in...
That's entirely up to me. Do you really think that my client will be happy if not only does he lose his money, not only does he lose the painting, but he also gets revealed?
Yeah, serious. While I appreciate your line of inquiry, there is a sort of a code of honour amongst thieves.
This is bullshit. Okay, so I guess we'll go...
Forgive my fishy friend, he's still upset about being exploded.
I guess we'll go
Can't help it, he's just fishing for details.
Halibut. I'm just doing it for the halibut.
Don't take the bait!
Oh, God.
He fell for it, hook, line and sinker.
Place.
A clownfish!
Okay, so...
I'm sorry.
Right, so what's this rich student's name?
I can't give you his name either, but I can tell you where he lives, just so long as you don't tell him that it was me.
I think you were talking about the person that was stolen from, not the client.
Yeah, the stolen from, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he tells you that the kid lives... He actually... where's Trinity Academy gone? It's there. So he actually lives there, right next to Trinity Academy. Student housing, which for the rich folk is a mansion for three students.
Okay, cool.
You can just swim over there. That's like right across the way.
So I'm gonna make a point of memorising what this guy's face is, so I can do my trick with the minor illusion. So do you want me to roll to see how well I remember his face? So I can, because obviously Razlan's got the bit of paper now with this guy's face on it, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Okay. So can I roll to memorise this guy's face so I can show?
Yes. Roll. Roll just a straight intelligence check.
I will give it a try as well.
9.
You're remembering sideburns.
Lovely facial hair.
That's
on there. It's got the right there.
Lovely.
That's a 16 for me because I just can't resist those dreamy eyes.
You memorise it decently enough. You memorise it decently enough.
I could pick him out in a crowd if I saw him.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So let's bang it over to the Trinity Academy then.
Okay. So you headed over to his, and you hear you hear yelling from the inside of the building.
Okay. I knock on the door.
The yelling stops. Footsteps approach, and the door swings open.
How are you playing this?
Okay.
I say as he opens the door.
He is a human. He's got blonde hair. He's a blonde hair, blue-eyed, pretty boy, but with a kind of a facial expression that makes it look like he scowls all the time. One of those kids that you can look at and go, oh, they're a dick. I can immediately tell. He hasn't even opened his mouth yet, but I can tell he's a dick.
So Trinity Academy, is that basically Eton?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking hell, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay, so I flash my badge at him and I say, my name's Cryeus and Alorin. We've been investigated. We're part of the insurance company in the recovery of the painting that you lost. Is it you that I'm talking to?
Roll deception.
I was hoping you wouldn't mention the painting.
24.
Fucking nice. He looks you up and down. It's about time you got here. Get in here.
Oh, good, he did tell someone. I've never told anyone about the painting.
No, I'm just that good. Painting's gone missing. Okay, I sort of head in.
Did I have insurance on?
Did I?
I guess I did.
It's just because I buy it whatever I'm saying. Hook, line, and sinker, it's fine. So, okay, we head in. So it's you that's lost the painting, yes?
Well, yeah, that's why you're here.
And your name is, for the records?
You don't have that on file?
Well, I do. I just don't have the files with me at the moment.
We have to confirm the identity to make sure you're the person. You are indeed the owner of the contract.
Roy Casca.
Thank you.
I'm just going to put down twat.
Mr. Casca, to you.
Then I am Mr. I have no last name.
You do have no last name.
Is this is an academy? So is this like a kid? Not.
He is looking like he's 17 years old and very entitled.
Okay, so Master Casca, when was the last time you saw this painting?
Well, obviously, just before it was stolen.
And when was it stolen?
It was stolen 3 days ago.
3 days, eh? We only heard about it this morning, and sorry it took us so long to get over.
You only heard about this morning? I called immediately. What are you doing over there? What am I paying you for?
No, it's not us. It's...
Well, what are my parents paying you for?
Yes, and they would be...
Oh, so that's why it doesn't line up. You see, we haven't got Roy's name on the docket.
No, we've only got...
We've only got the parents, yes.
So why'd you just ask their name?
Because I was, again, making sure that they lined up with the files that we have. I've got a ring.
It's fine,
I've been blown up. Just leave me alone. Stop getting on at me.
Do you actually say that?
I'm calling my mum!
I was blown up a week ago. Get off my case.
I've had a really rough fucking week. I don't need you.
Dende and Margaret. My dad and mum.
Den Day, not Den.
No, not
Okay,
Dende.
good.
No, he's not the son of the investigator.
That would have been a ruddy coincidence.
Methinks Cray's universe is a bit smaller than originally planned.
Dende, D-E-N-D-E.
Margaret.
Margaret.
Dende and Margaret Casca.
Okay. And do you have any idea who would want to steal a painting?
Well, probably a thief.
Well,
no, but I mean, from what I've got on the file, it's a very particular piece. It doesn't have a lot of value other than the fact that it's a very chaotic, beautiful painting. So someone must have had a personal attachment or an inclination to steal this exact particular painting. There's a lot of easier things that a thief can fence, I can tell you that in my line of work.
He looks away and looks a little bit guilty. Well, maybe they just want it, you know.
Okay, I'm going to roll an insight to try and get a better idea of what he's trying to conceal. Insight.
I'll join on that one.
13.
Ooh, that's not good.
You can tell it looks a little bit guilty, but you're not sure about what.
Insight.
If you want
Okay, that's a 19 from me as well.
You can immediately tell that the moment he said there are easier things to fence, his brow rose just a little bit and he looked very guilty about that. Almost as though it was probably a very easy theft job.
Could you please show us to where this was kept? We want to look for signs of break-in.
Yeah, sure. And he walks over and he walks over and he points and it was there, and he just points to the bottom of the wall. It was just. It was leaning against it. We'd taken it down for the moment.
Is this like a common hallway?
It looks like it had originally been on the wall, and there is a bare part where it had been there for a while. But he's pointing down below, and he's saying that he took it off the wall.
Is this in like a private area?
Like no, it's the common area that him and where
walk through.
And it looks like there has been partying about recently.
I immediately bring up my notebook and just sort of start making notes again. You know, your contract does stipulate that it must be secure for us to insure it properly. You do understand that?
I was just showing it off. You know, we were trying to find a secret, and
this may very well endanger your payment. We'll have to discuss this with the local authority. If they can return it, then
if you deny me this payment, you'll have to speak to my parents.
Your parents will have to speak to us. Actually, you're not in charge of the contract.
Roll intimidation! Roll intimidation!
I have no time for rich, snotty bastards. Shit! I do have time for rich, snotty bastards. My voice cracks in the middle of speaking.
Is that a 1? Yeah.
Your parents will have to.
No. Yeah, you see, my parents pay so much that if you fuck us over on this, you're out of a job.
I sort of lean over and I whisper, but loud enough for him to hear, I don't know, the payment still is invalidated when it comes to inside jobs, is it not?
It's such a... What? No!
My partner was just suggesting any angle. Do you mind if we have a quick look around, make sure that there's no... if we can find evidence of a forced entry, then we can eliminate that, okay?
And your payment can proceed. Help us to help you.
Actually, yes. And he takes you back to the front door, he opens it, and he shows you the lock. The lock has been damaged. Roll investigation on it.
Oh, I already have.
What'd you roll?
19 on the dice, plus my 25... 29.
No.
You wanted to be thorough in this one.
I got a knowledge.
Yeah, this lock was not broken 3 days ago. This lock has been broken for a very long time. This lock has been broken for several months, and you can tell that by the way that the wood has warped and aged around that area, being constantly exposed to the cold outside.
I start making notes.
So
Party, eh?
Yeah. Is that?
What's this?
Yeah, of course. Got a party with my mates.
Parties often? I imagine as a student you have parties fairly often. I remember my student days.
We would throw the greatest rages. Yeah.
Oh yes,
yeah.
No, I can. When I was I was actually a cleric before this. Back.
You were a cleric.
I know.
Priest.
Yes, I know. And when we were there, we threw the hardest parties. Everything got broken. Windows, curtains got pulled down. Locks got smashed.
Nice.
Roll intimidation with advantage this time.
Fucking.
I'm good.
Wow, that burn is. I got my vocal cords damaged or something.
What happened?
I rolled the highest I rolled in the die was a 5, so my highest is a 9.
Did you roll another one before that?
No. 3. I had a 3 and a 5 on the dice.
He just looks at you and goes, "What the fuck are you trying to say?"
I'm saying I've seen a fair few lock breakages, but the particular way the wood is splintered here and the way that the metal framing on the lock here is rusted, you see that? That usually takes more than a few days.
What? It is how I say it is. Lying horribly. You don't need to roll very high.
Okay, good, considering what I just saw.
What did you get?
2. It's not a 1, so it's fine. It's fine. I didn't roll anything. You can't prove it.
I got a 15.
You can tell. He's lying really, really badly.
I sort of say to him, look, kid, we're awfully busy. We really haven't got time for this. We believe you. It did get stolen. Now, who do you think's done this?
I don't know. Some kind of thief. Aren't you supposed to look around, find a clue, and go follow it, and get it back?
I have a quick look, see if there are any. I know it's not. I understand if you give me disadvantage. I was going to look for footprints.
Go ahead. What is wrong with you today?
It's not me, it's the dice. Okay, so that's investigation, yes?
Yes.
Well, that is a 4, isn't it? Okay, so 8. Because my investigation's good, that's still 14.
There you go.
Would it be investigation actually?
Yeah,
Would that be
would be.
survival?
Because you're
Maybe
investigating.
it's investigation for now.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Survival to track it, but you're not tracking. You're just looking at because you're not able to follow these footprints. You're just seeing if there are footprints here, and you find that there is specific. Everything seems to have been kind of trampled a little bit, this particular carpet, but off to the sides of the carpet there's parts of the floor which are panelled wood, and you can see just as when the light hits it, the slightest sight of what looks to be a paw print, similar to that of a tabaxi.
Don't suppose you have many tabaxis at your parties? I know they're not.
No, not them filthy buggers.
I look to Sirius and sort of nod and say, tabaxi shoe prints. It was certainly stolen.
Oh, now, really? Shock. Horror.
I sort of cast minor illusion of this guy's face and go, do you know this guy?
No? Who the fuck is it? Is he the one that stole it?
No, just another case we're working at the same time. Ignore him. Okay, very well. It looks like... sorry, I'm trying to think of a way. Do you have anything else you want to elaborate on while I try and think of what to say?
I'll just have a little look around like the bottom floor and stuff. Like, what? Okay, so you say you live with 2 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereabouts are they?
They've been home.
They're at home.
Yeah.
Okay, where are they at the moment? Can you get them?
Nah. They've been there for the past month.
Okay, so it's literally just you been here when the theft occurred.
Yeah.
And whereabouts were you when the theft was going on 3 days ago?
Look, all I want you to do is just find it.
Were you asleep, or were you out, or
Does it matter?
did you go out at like 6, come back at 8? Oh my god!
I was passed out, okay?
Okay, that's
I
fine.
was passed out. I was
We're just
there.
to
And I was there, and he pointed to the couch, right next to where the painting was taken from.
Heavy slumber. I understand that. That's fine. But
And you're seeing cans and bottles of alcohol and stuff like that around. And
Heineken, he's got good taste.
I look at my notes and just say, the Battle of Hallmark, was this the genuine article?
yeah.
Oh my, what impressive piece. How did you acquire it?
Well, my dad won it in an auction, and I really liked it. He wanted to sell it off, but I'm an art aficionado. I didn't want him to sell it.
Are you? So, what... This whole business about the secret that it holds, do you know much about that? I'm sorry, I'm just a bit of a fan, to be honest. It's a myth, one of the myths that I...
Well,
take
no one's
over.
ever been able to find it, so...
Well, as an art aficionado, I'm certain you've had a good look.
Maybe.
Anything unusual?
Not really.
To be fair, lots of eyes have been on it, so it comes as no surprise. I'd love to get a good look at it at some point, though. Okay, well, everything seems to be falling in place here. We will need to go over the contract with your parents. Now, we just want to make sure we've got the correct address on file.
Maybe you could find it and bring it back without talking to them.
Listen. The Casca... Mr. Casca, I apologise. I'm going to be straight with you here. Many things go missing in this city, and as I'm certain you are aware, there is a very popular thieves guild under the city, and it's not likely we're going to...
I'm the one that stopped my dad from selling it because I had a stupid bet with my friend that I could find out what the secret is, okay? Which means he made it my responsibility. And you know what happens if he finds out that it's stolen? I go to military school.
Look, kid. There's no shame in losing stuff or having stuff stolen from you. If the people...
Wow, you're from the Northern Quarter, ain't you?
Have the people we think have done this, even if that lock was brand new, even if you had like magical wards... Hang on, let me finish. Magical wards in place.
Shut up, let me finish!
They still would have got in and they still would have stolen it.
He's
not your
just
fault, it's missing.
smirking. You are, aren't you?
Well, I'm
Are you two...
We're contractors.
Where do you two live?
We're contractors.
Contract? You're from the northern quarter, ain't you? Look at your clothes. Look at the stuff goes missing all the time.
These were fresh on today.
I'm gonna grab him by the lapels and start banging him against the wall. Like, only just gently, and we're like, look, we're just doing our job, okay? So we're gonna go and talk to your parents, and then we'll be back. And I let go
Roll
of him.
intimidation with advantage.
Oh, good. 2. This kid is scared of fucking nothing. 2.
Apart from his...
He's rich and entitled. To be honest, yeah.
There we go.
13. That's a 16.
For the first time today, or since you walked through the door, he looks scared as fuck. Okay.
But trust us, even though we got off on the wrong foot, we'll do what we can to get this painting back. And then I leave.
He just watches you go. Just before you close the door, you see him sit down and put his head in his hands.
Well, that doesn't exactly help us, does it?
Well, I think we've got a couple of good avenues. I mean, like, the kid's a bit of a spoiled brat. He stopped his dad from selling the painting.
That's probably one of the only avenues we have, though. The fact that the father wanted to sell it.
And also, if he won it at an auction, we've always got people... At an auction, there's one winner, but there's many losers.
I will say that you're investigating the place where the Grey Twins stole it from, but you're not investigating the place where it and the money was stolen from. Razvan told you and you just kind of ignored him. Yeah, and you didn't investigate around. You did nothing.
Oh, I've just remembered.
We were very
I'm just like,
eager.
you're not actually investigating the crime scene here. You're investigating a different crime scene.
Why did we leave?
Well, I think I always get some info about the painting. And like I say, in an auction, there's one winner, but there's many losers. So I was trying to establish, like, I was trying to figure out who the client was. Because it might be someone that wanted the painting, missed out on it, and now it's now paid to get it through illicit means. But
I was a little confused as that. Oh, the thievery happened right here. Wonderful. We're going to go over there.
Okay, so let's go back then.
Can I trust you to do the investigation?
I can do my best.
Did you take the... sorry, out of character. Did you take the sword boots back to Palder Cal?
Yeah.
Okay, you already did that. Okay, because I'm actually going to go visit him. If you want to...
You're going to go visit Cal?
Yeah.
Okay, right, and I'll go back to Razlan.
Okay. Let's focus on you first this time.
This is probably the first time I've been here in character in the story, so...
Other than
when
within
I
the story,
first-
yeah.
Since we started doing the episodes, I mean.
Yes.
In-game. Yeah, I approach the guards.
They look at you. You don't have an appointment. Not
No.
anymore.
No, but apparently it's wise of me to run some information past Mr. Cal before we start digging our noses in.
He knocks on the door, pokes his head in. You hear a bit of some muffled words, and pokes his head out. Okay, and he opens it up. And you walk inside, and you see Palder Cal talking to an elvish chap. 1 second, I'm almost done. Pulls out a gun and shoots the other guy. Puts it down. What can I do you for?
Business as usual, I see.
Oh, of course.
Well, apparently the way this relationship works, I just want to run some information past you to make sure I'm not digging my nose into anything.
Go on.
Well, in search of this mystery man that you provided us with, we have come across another case that we have to solve in order to get some information about this chap. What do you know about the Battle of Hallmark painting? Is that off limits?
1 second. Don't know it offhand, and he pulls out a file, looks through it. Where was it taken from?
Some snotty little shit, Roy Casca.
Where, not who. I don't care who.
Trinity Academy.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it was stolen from them by the Grey Twins, and then it was stolen from Razlan.
Who?
Oh, never mind, it's fine.
Okay.
Trinity Academy, let's stick with that.
He looks through stuff. That's holdings. I am not who you need to speak to.
Oh,
And
good.
he
I just
pulls
wanted to make sure I wouldn't wake up with you beside my bed again.
Oh, trust me, you might prefer me. And he writes down a bit and gives you a piece of paper, and on it says Xeron representative and an address. Be respectful. Or don't. I don't much
I
care.
always am.
Of course.
Now, see you later.
Okay, yeah, that's that done then. So I guess Blake's doing
Remind your fishy friend that he owes me sword shards.
I dropped it off. I went and I came back. That's what I was doing that while Nathan was doing
Oh,
his
yeah,
mission.
good point. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So I put the gold back. So we're 1,000 gold up, by the way, Nathan. Your boy did good.
Okay. Can I also say that I've run the 300 gold to the mask guy after I did that?
I will allow that.
Okay, good.
Now you are given an address, which is. So it is on this area here. You find a door to this warehouse right here. You see this part here? That's a warehouse to these buildings here, and you end up.
Just for the map, that is in Plimpton on Royal River Way. Mm-hmm. Thank you. You'll thank me later, editor. Whether it's me or you, I don't know.
Viking River Cruises. Go by Plimpton on Royal.
Okay. So you head there, and there is
Oh, I'm going straight there, am I?
Are you not?
Yeah, sure, I can do.
There's not really any roleplay needed when it comes to paying off the guy. You walk in, you pay him, you walk out. So you head over to the place, and looks to be a fortified door with a slot in it that can easily be opened from the inside.
Password.
Anal beads.
Accepted.
Okay, I...
A goblin looks out. What do you want?
Just to ask a few questions.
Who are you?
Detective.
Wrong place. Go away.
It's about the Battle of Hallmark painting.
Nathan is basically Sherlock Holmes. It's wonderful what he's doing at the moment. I love it.
He opens it again. The what?
The Battle of Hallmark, famous painting, holds a secret.
You hear him mumbling some messaging to someone, and they seem to be checking something. He opens it up again. You got any pass?
A what?
How'd you come by here? Who told you to come here?
Oh, did Powder Cal give me a note then?
Yeah, he gave you a slip of paper with information on it.
Recognise this handwriting?
He looks at it. Oh, bugger. You hear a lot of locks suddenly opening up, and then the door opening with a large creak, and you see that the door is this thick and made out of sheer metal.
Jesus, I don't even know what this place is. I'm just kind of wandering and blind here, but that's the way I like it.
You step down a flight of only 3 steps, and you're inside this area, in this small little area with a bunch of cabinets. There's a couple of other goblins, and several of them are wielding weapons, guns, rifles, and swords and stuff like that. And he just, follow me, and he leads you down a corridor.
This place is very well protected. Do you want me to leave my sword at the door?
No need. You try anything, you're dead anyway.
I promise you I won't.
Oh, don't worry, we know. And he,
I'm lying.
I was like,
roll deception.
No, I'm not.
The
Okay.
voice you're doing sounds a bit like Ewan McGregor is over on Kenobi at the minute as well.
Does it?
It's quite endearing.
So he leads you past, and he leads you to down a corridor. You turn right, you turn left. It's seemingly a bit of a maze down here, and you go down a couple of stairs, and then he takes you to another door that seems just as fortified as the first one, and he bangs on it. A slot opens there. He says, "Got someone to see him." So? He's got a pass from Cal. Ugh. 1 second. He hears voices inside, and then suddenly he hears something being thrown against the wall and something getting smashed.
Do I hear screaming?
No.
Okay, that's something at
The
least.
slot opens and okay, and it opens up, and you walk inside to find a goblin behind a desk. Now, this goblin is wearing, he's wearing a suit, a very, very expensive-looking suit, and he looks up. What is this about?
Oh, you were addressing me.
Yes, of course I'm addressing you. Step forward. What is this about?
This is about the painting known as the Battle of Hallmark. I was told you'd be the gentleman I'd be speaking to.
1 second. He goes through his files.
I don't know why.
Painting, you said?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know why, but I'm picturing Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's owned by the Casca family. What about it?
It's been stolen.
Someone stole from the Casca family.
Oh, yes.
Anakin. Do you see what I mean?
Anakin.
It just sounds like it just...
And your business in all of this?
Well, the people who acquired the painting from the Cascas have had it reacquired from them by someone, and we're just trying to make sure that the painting and...
Is this sect? Was it him? Was it his boys?
That depends on if my skin will get flayed if I were to reveal the truth.
Your skin will get flayed if you don't.
I can grow more skin. Very well. It was sect. I mean, fuck it, I'm already in hot water with Palder Cal. Might as well upset another one.
He looks through his notes. Oh, what's the worth? Okay. Bastard's covering the debt.
Might I ask, what is this operation? This is all very new to me.
He looks at you. Are you thick in the head? Do you actually know who I am?
No.
And the other goblins start giggling.
I just sort of...
like Matt Berry.
Name's Zeron.
Oh, you're Zeron! I've heard so much about you. Do you work close with Palder Cal then? They all laugh again. This is taking like 10 minutes longer than I needed to.
and then during the laugh, he just stops laughing and everybody immediately quietens down. You know what a thief lord is?
I've been threatened by a few of them, yes.
Well, I'm the thief lord of the Trinity. Nice to meet you.
Oh. I'm sorry, I've not actually heard of you, but lovely to meet you.
Oh, yeah. I control everything from here to the Southern Quarter Market.
So there's you, there's Sect, there's Palder Cal, and what's that other chap's name?
You have heard about Saramesh, the thief lord of the Golden Court?
Saruman?
Saramesh.
Oh.
What about Baranthus?
You have heard of... okay.
Baranthus as well.
These are the ones you've actually heard of. Zeron, thief lord of the Trinity.
I've heard of him now.
Palder Cal, thief lord of the Adelaide.
Yeah, we know.
Sect, thief lord of the Northern Quarter. Mm-hmm. Branthus, thief lord of the Prince's Court. And Saramesh, thief lord of the Golden Court.
There's no one covered. There's an entire market down here. It's not being covered.
Yeah, where do you think I came from?
There are a couple more that you have yet to hear about.
Oh,
or know.
okay. Don't deal with southern dealings.
Got no truck with the Southerners.
You don't know much about the thief lords, do you?
They like to throw their weight around. That's all I know.
It'd probably be good to appraise yourself of their territories and who they are. Don't you think?
I've been dealing with Sect so much, I just kind of assumed Palder Cal dealt with the rest of it.
He's literally just the docks, mate.
I know, but the docks is a very big market. It'd be nice to get involved in that, wouldn't you think?
He's the richest. Everything comes through the docks, which means everything's controlled by him.
Well, I mean, wealth is one thing, but when it comes to power, no one quite tops Sect,
Yeah,
do
and
they?
how well do you... Well... He's got the power and the numbers, to be sure. But what power do you have when there's nothing you can really get? Palder Cal controls all of the ins and outs. The entire wealth of the city comes from the Adelaide, and he controls what comes through the Adelaide.
Oh yes, but Sect controls the ins and the ins. If there's something in the city, he'll get his hands on it.
Yes, that's very true. That's why we all hate the bastard. It also doesn't help that he never shows his face.
He's like one of the only ones who hasn't threatened to kill me immediately, so I'm actually in quite good dealings with him.
Give it time.
Yeah. Listen. The painting was stolen from Cascas. The people who stole it from the Cascas have gone missing. Is this the Cascas' work?
Probably not. Maybe. Don't know. That's entirely up to them. Do they know? Who told you? Was it?
It was the child.
Of course it was.
Apparently the parents don't know, and he would very much like it to stay that way.
No, they'll be shipping him off to military school. He's part...
I wouldn't miss him.
The family's part of the Swallow sect.
Oh, that's funny. I think we dealt with them before.
Yeah, they're pretty big. So, little bit tight with them. Sometimes, depending on the situation. Do a decent amount of dealings. Helps that some of them live in my areas. So, quite frankly, I know the type. Any little ones that get out of line, poof! Straight out of the city into another one.
Interesting. So, if you don't mind me asking, how exactly can you help me? I was kind of sent here under the pretense that I'd be getting some information.
Well, I know a few people that will probably be able to do something like what happened to those poor little thieves of yours that you've been looking for. And I know who they'd probably have went to. However,
if you're about to ask for a favour, I'm going to cry.
No, I just don't think that happened.
Do tell. I found some tabaxi blood. I found some of the species blood at their location.
Oh, it was probably them, but the thing is, the areas sort of deal with their own things. Do you know what the Thief Lords actually do?
They are in charge of the thieves.
Yes. Do you know what the sects do?
You mean the sect is in the bird crests?
Yes.
All I know is they're extremely powerful and apparently can get anything done for a favour.
The sects were created as insurance against us. Any person that's part of a sect and can buy their way into being a sect or marry their way into being a sect don't have to worry about being stolen from, usually.
Interesting. So can I create a sect? Is there a bird that has yet to be used? Could I be the sect of the magpie?
Already one.
Shit! The goose.
That's not one, but it's dumb.
How dare you? Gooses are magnificent.
The sects work with us. We offer them protection. They're also old families, so no, unless you're part of an old family, you ain't going to be able to get it. Now, the Thief Lords, anybody that isn't part of a sect is fair game. However, there are some exceptions. Because we supply the insurance that they will not be stolen from, and if they are stolen from, they are reimbursed. We are basically their insurance. Sometimes when one Thief Lord owes another, there might be a little bit of pinchy-pinchies going on. I owed Sect a little bit of money, and so this being stolen actually covers that debt rather neatly.
Yes, but unfortunately it was stolen again from Sect, so unfortunately for you, that doesn't quite cover the debt.
He is not the only one that I owe money to.
I know some accountants.
Not in the numbers that I owe, I'm afraid. They won't be able to deal with that. Now, one of the ones that I deal with is Torbus. Unfortunately, he's the Thief Lord of the Brook. And,
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it on here. He's the Thief Lord of Brookside.
Okay, without actually, I'm going to cover up one of them because he's the only one that you haven't heard about yet.
Okay.
So the Thief Lord of the Brook, the grey area is that area. So he controls all of that.
Oh wait, so Sect actually covers a little bit of here as well. Interesting. Okay.
Wait, where do you think he covers? That's black. That's grey. They're different. That's Branthus.
Oh.
That's Sect.
Oh, okay. Sorry, they look the same colour from here.
That's okay.
No, you're no peaky.
And as you can see, nobody owns the temples. It's part of the arrangement.
That's mine.
Yeah, he's the Thief Lord of the Brook. Now, he could have sent somebody else. And let's just say if you take a thief's booty, you are not in a very good holding. To be honest, I'd been expected something like this to happen at some point. Not sure, I wasn't expecting it to be this particular painting, but here's what I'm thinking probably happened. I would not be surprised if the painting was already being looked at by a prospective thief. Then come along your boys, take what they want, rid that poor thief of something that he needs to pay needs for his thief lord. Suddenly he's in debt to his thief lord for a job that he cannot complete, so he tries to steal it back. Happens all the time, afraid.
Makes sense. Sorry, just out of character, what was the name of the thief lord again?
Torbus.
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 B-U-S.
Of the Brook.
Of the Brook.
Okay. Now that does seem to make sense. This sounds dangerous. There's not going to be a conflict, is there?
No. Well, what it will simply mean is that debt isn't cleared and I'll have to pay a little bit, which is a little bit out of my pocket, so consider me a bit upset about this situation, so I am going to help you find your people. Under one condition.
Yes?
I want you to send them to me.
A condition on your condition, we get the painting.
So the thieves that stole it from them, you send them to me, and you get the painting.
And
why do you want it?
it's a very long story, but we're looking for a man, and to find this man, we asked another man, but this man won't tell us about this man until we find this painting for the man.
He smirks. Who are you looking for?
I described the gentleman.
You're there with him, right?
No, I've gone back to the investigation.
Yeah, so you're not there to do.
But I got a good roll on my memory of him.
He thinks about it. I could ask around.
In exchange for what?
Future service? Bit of a favour some point? Consider it in the bank.
At some point. Not today. We've got so much on.
Not today.
Very well. If you want to know where to find us, look for the big blue sign that says Big Dicks.
I'm sorry, you what?
Big Dicks. Detective agencies at large. Large big dicks. Ready and eager.
You ever want to get out from under Sex Foot or Palder Cal's foot? You should come work for me. Off you go.
I'll strongly consider your offer. A pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure.
Okay, right, so I leave and make my way back to here, but if you want to cut to Blake, because bless his little heart, he's been silent for about half an hour. So he's probably dying inside. The cocaine's raging around his system.
I'm basically sorry to send you to all these different places, but now you have to fucking... What? Now you have to go into the Torbus, the Thief Lord of the Brook.
Yeah.
Have fun with that one.
I've been talking way too long anyway. People are sick of me.
Okay. What were you doing, Ian?
Okay, I've gone to do the investigation of the scene of the crime.
Gotcha. Let's say you're there. Roll investigation.
Okay, this is where I get a 1. My bit's done. Make sure I got
With advantage, you got time to do a thorough look.
There appears to be evidence of a gnome around here.
So I got a 19.
Oh, bloody hell, nice.
A 16, so I got a 19.
Okay. Investigation of the scene. You find a few fine powders of herbs that have a very distinct smell about them. You also find a few footprints. They look dwarvish in nature.
Dwarvish. Okay, awesome. These herbs, I'm a fish guy.
Yeah, you find you actually find some of the herbs on the ground.
But I mean, if I smell them, do I know what they are? Basically, is what I was asking. So can I roll to see if I remember what they are?
Roll nature.
Nature. 13.
No, you don't know what they are, but they are very distinct. So if you were to smell it again, you'd recognise it.
Okay, and these footprints, what direction are they going in?
They're heading towards the entrance to the northern quarter. So he likely came from the southern quarter.
Okay. How many tracks? Just the one?
Just the one.
Set of dwarf footprints. Okay. Can I follow the tracks?
Roll survival.
To where they are? Oh, fuck. It's a 10 and that.
No, you can't follow them.
Okay, so I know it was a dwarf that did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell that it's a dwarf.
Right. And I don't really know many dwarfs.
Nope. So it's certainly not thieves.
Okay, can I ask... Okay, so did Razlan actually tell us what time it was, like, he remembers it being stolen?
No, you didn't ask.
Okay, is he around?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay,
he's got his arms folded, he's leaning against the wall.
So I just want to say to Razlan, and sorry, what sort of time did this all occur? When's the last time you remember seeing the painting and the gold?
It was about 3 a.m.
3 a.m. And how much gold was it?
20,000.
20,000.
So this isn't something we can just like cover.
No, so we're gonna need the gold and the painting. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for Alorin. Whereabouts were you going?
I was going to be. I suppose I was going to go back to the thing, but seeing that you aren't there, I go, okay, well, I'll see if he's still around.
Okay, so we kind of hook up, and I sort of say to you, as far as I can make out, it was a dwarf. Apparently the gold that was stolen was around 20,000. Not something we can cover out of our own pocket, unfortunately, just to move this thing along.
No, but I think I've got us a good lead.
Oh, do tell.
I spoke to a particular thief lord, Zoron.
Zoron?
Zeron.
I was close!
Zoron.
Zeron. I spoke to Zeron.
Xerox.
Xerox. I spoke to Zeron. He believes what happened is that another thief lord, one Torbus, who also is owed significantly by Zeron, stole it back.
So let me see if I can get this straight. Sect wants a painting. He pays for painting. The Grey Twins steal painting. Dwarf comes, steals painting from Razlan to give to Torbus.
Yes. That was my start.
And Nathan's just shattered his I sort of look at you and I sort of say, and you don't find yourself getting tired of always running around and borrowing and begging and stealing and messing about.
I am so tired. I looked at Razlan and said, speaking of, I have a proposition, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
No, not for you, for him.
Oh, for him.
Sorry, I know with the mask it's difficult to tell where I'm looking, but... So, I obviously with Razlan, what's Razlan's reaction to the idea that Torbus probably stole from him?
His brow was raised. That was ballsy.
Yes, well, apparently the amount that Zeron owes to a couple of other thief lords is pretty significant.
Oh, he's always he's always owing a bunch of shit. But here's the big problem: they may have been that may have not been something that Torbus allowed. In fact, you could probably use this to your advantage.
You reckon Torbus didn't authorise this theft?
Torbus don't owe Sect shit, and Sect don't owe Torbus, and yet he allowed one of. Do you think he would allow one of his people to steal from Sect's territory?
That's a good point. Okay,
which means this particular thief was probably acting off his own volition, which means Torbus may hand him over on a silver platter. It's punishment.
Just one small problem with that.
What?
You know this gentleman we were asking you to look into?
Yeah.
Zeron has also expressed a great interest in helping us find him. His one condition being that he gets the thieves.
You're going to hand him over the Grey Twins?
And I get to get you your painting and the money.
Well, Sect will very much like that, but you realise that the Grey Twins...
doesn't have to know... Oh, wait, the Grey Twins, that's a good point.
What do you think he's going to do with them?
Wait, Sect has the Grey Twins?
No, but if you hand over the Grey Twins once you find them to Zeron,
No,
what do you think Zeron's going to do
that's
to them?
not the... I was going to hand him the dwarves.
No, he wants the people that stole it.
What?
He wants the Grey Twins.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything, but I thought you were being awfully ballsy. He wants the Grey Twins who stole
You
it.
just offered to hand over the Grey Twins to a thief lord.
I misread the situation. I thought you meant the people who stole from the Grey Twins.
No, sorry.
No, because from what I can understand, Zeron, he...
Think right. My camera!
Okay, so where were we?
We finished investigating the Razlan situation, and then there was the unfortunate matter with the Grey Twins. But that's fine, we'll deal with that when we come to it. I have an idea now, I've had a second to think.
Okay.
Sirius, are we about done here? I think we might need to get this over with as quickly as possible. And I do want to discuss a few tactics with you.
Okay, so Torvus is our next move, right?
Certainly seems like it, but from what Zeron tells us, or rather what Razlan tells us, we might just have to explain the situation and everything will be peachy, which would be nice. It'd be nice that things can get dealt with just through talking and not swords and explosions.
Let's try that.
Okay.
I don't really want to get blown up again.
I'll say you were given an address. So the reason why he's called the Thief Lord of the Brook is because he lives
In Brook.
Yes.
He lives in Brooklyn.
Southbrook. He lives in
Okay.
Southbrook.
I will say, on the way, I want to have a little conversation with Sirius.
Okay, so that you see that middle building there within
Yeah.
those three there? He lives there.
Okay.
And that's on what street, just so we know for the editing?
Well, no, it's right where Southbrook is. It's
yeah.
pretty much where the B is on Southbrook.
Okay.
Sirius, I think it might come time soon that we have to move. Within the city, don't worry, we're not moving far, but into the southern quarter. In talking with Zeron, he seemed quite interested in employing our services. I reckon I have an idea as to how we can get the Grey Twins back and the painting and the money without any issue, but it may require some small sacrifice on our part. My thinking is we hand ourselves over to Zeron for our unlimited services. We will still be able to run our business as usual, of course, but it means that there may be days where his options would take priority. I don't want to make this decision without you, I'm just simply saying that it's the easiest way to get out of this mess. And who knows, we might even be able to convince Zeron to pay off our debt with Palder Cal.
So we move the debt from one to the other.
One who seems slightly less stabby.
And obviously you've met this guy, haven't? What do you think of him?
He's protective. I was greeted by the sight of 100 little goblins, all with pieces.
Have I met a goblin before?
Roll history.
I don't think in the sort of the...
No, this is the first
Oh,
goblin.
natural 20!
Natural 20.
You know exactly what
That
a
was
fucking
the
goblin
first
is.
thing he saw when he arose from the ocean.
What the fuck is that?
I'm going!
Holy shit!
Actually, yes. On the in the past, when you've been aboard boats that have been that have sailed by your place, and all
You're about
that,
to say
you've met
flown.
goblins. You've met goblins on the boats and stuff like that. So you know enough about goblins.
Are they kind of trustworthy as a race, or are they quite racially profiled?
Yeah, that's not racially profiled.
Okay, goblins are a little bit... They're greedy. They're greedy, but they're loyally greedy, which means anything that particularly serves them, they will stay loyal to it by general trade. So, if, for example, you do right by him, he will expect sheer, unadulterated loyalty from you, and so long as you give it, he will also be loyal to you.
Okay,
So he gives in kind for what he expects.
I say to
you
Alorin,
betray him, you are fucked.
I say to Alorin, from what I know and from my previous experiences, goblins, although they may want more than their hands can grab, at least they... Oh shit, I dropped my dice. At least they don't seem as eager to stab us in the back as Powder Cal does. Has.
There is that. There is also the unfortunate situation that I don't entirely know how Seth will react to us moving out of his area.
Who do we owe the debt to Palder Cal?
Yeah, we owe the debt to Palder Cal. I'm just hoping that it won't be considered a slight against him. I know I'll feel a little dirty moving away from where I had to keep my base, but needs must. And let's face it, in the Southern Quarter, we're likely going to be getting more high-profile clients, the sort of people who you might have an interest in, because they're a lot more likely to have knowledge of where certain objects we are looking for may be kept.
Okay, I say let's do it. Screw Palder Cal. Sick of the sight of him.
Well, once we have sorted out this, we will discuss with Xeron when we get back. But first, we find the painting, we find the money, we find the Grey Twins.
Done.
Okay. So, you're now at Torbus's location.
Yes.
Now, you were given, much like Palder Cal gave you, you were given a slip of paper with some information on for you to show at Torbus's door. Now, when you approach, Torbus looks to have a fine business establishment. You have, there is a large building, there are pillars outside, and the doors lead directly into stairs that go up, and the doors are automatically opened, and it looks to be a theatre house.
Interesting.
Outside it says legitimate businessman's drinking club or something like from The Simpsons.
Outside it says Brook Theatre.
Brook Theatre. Is that the same theatre that's having the piano lady on?
Yes, actually.
Interesting.
I thought I'd heard of it before. Brook.
Okay, do we see anyone around?
I didn't actually mention which theatre it was, if memory serves.
Oh, I must be
Did I?
psychic.
Unless it's in your notes.
No, I don't think you did. I just thought it was a nice tying up of where stuff is. But okay, so we're there. We've had a little look around. It's looking pretty legitimate.
Is there anywhere sort of obvious as like sort of being kept in the background that we can like approach?
No, there's just a reception. There's not even any guards or anything like that. There's just a receptionist.
Okay. Evening, ma'am. I slide the note from Xeron over to her.
She looks it, doesn't even raise a brow. And she then puts it down. And she writes a couple of notes, takes it off. Give this to the man at the door. Third door on the left. And she points down a corridor.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Yeah. What's on over? Mosey on.
So you head over there, and the moment that you knock on it, the slat opens, and you see a giant eye there, and it's just looking at you.
No, obviously not.
What? Nods, opens it up, and it's an ogre.
An ogre? Awesome! Have I seen an ogre before?
Roll.
So, Alorin, what the fuck is that? 3.
You have fucking never seen one in your life.
Jesus Christ almighty.
This thing is
Does that human have a disease?
This thing's a little bit larger than an orc, and looks to be just basically like an orc on steroids. Like think Brock Lesnar's version of a bloody orc.
Daddy, what's wrong with his face? Okay, is that Torbus?
No, I do not believe it is. Okay, so yeah, we just walk on in.
Okay. He allows you to go past, and a woman steps up. Business?
Torbus?
No, business.
Well, obviously. What business do you need him for?
Oh, sorry, I was just checking to see if you were.
No, I'm not. But what do you need him for?
We're here to discuss his acquisition of the Battle of Hallmark.
Wait here. And she steps out. And there are a couple of chairs nearby. He leaves you waiting for an hour. Before finally she steps out. You may come see him.
I'm glad that he could spare the time.
Well, you did come unannounced. And she walks...
like I often do.
Well, your announcement is usually, I'm sorry.
It's sort of like, don't tell your dad.
Is that one we're going to have to cut? I'm not sure. No, it's fine.
It's fine.
There was no mention of age.
No.
So, legally, we're fine.
I could have said don't tell your grandson, I suppose, if it is a bit more like...
A bit more safe.
Yeah. Okay, so we go through, and we see Torbus, the thief lord of the brook.
Human, dark skin, dreads in his hair. He is leaning back. He's got a blue vest and jacket, looking almost pirate style. He's got but without any hat or anything like that. He's got his feet up on a desk and he's looking at you. Hello there.
Sounds like a handsome chap.
He actually is. He's quite a handsome chap. He has the brightest green eyes you've ever seen on a human, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
Hello there. What can I do you for?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm here to discuss what appears to be a very unfortunate misunderstanding.
Oh, I get a lot of those. Who do I have to kill?
Well, you may have come into possession of the Battle of Hallmark.
Oh, I've had that one for a while. It's absolutely wonderful. Yes. Belongs to the Casca family, I believe. Yes.
It did, yes. Allow me to explain the situation to you. From what Xeron tells me, it's likely that you had a couple of thieves scoping that one out for a little while.
A little bit, yeah. It used to be one of mine. I've considered it mine for quite a while, but I unfortunately lost it at an auction about 10 years ago.
Oh, it's been out of your possession for a little while.
Yeah. I was going to take it back though. Settles a nice debt, you see. Settles a nice debt.
Yes. I hear that you had some unfinished business with Xeron.
Well, settles most of the debt. He owes me a little bit more, actually.
Do you know who else owes him?
Really?
Sect. You see, the unfortunate situation is while your chaps were looking at this painting for a while...
Let me guess, someone bloody nabbed it for the bastard. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately so, and I'm afraid whoever was looking out for this painting, a dwarfish, you say? Dwarfish person seems to have taken it from Sect's hands. Not literally, but it was on his doorstep, shall we say.
His demeanour immediately settles. Before he was casual, now his face is straightened, and he pulls his feet from the chair, and you see him no longer acting calm and casual. You see him very calm and very measured.
Very sharp.
And he leans forward. Are you telling me that one of my people took it upon themselves to go into the northern quarter and steal something from Zect?
That seems to be the long and short of it, yes.
This is him looking through his paperwork, which is a good fall from me looking through my paperwork.
Acting!
The man you're looking for is Oric. He's a dwarf. He's recently been working out of across the road, actually. Here we go. He's been working out of a herb shop in Belmore Close. It's off Redwood Avenue.
Okay, I'm going to say to him, well, did you want to send
Belmore Close off Redwood Avenue, which is this end.
Whoa, we're down
Belmore
here.
Close. Oh no, across the road from the thing he meant.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Close.
across the road from him. Like
So
he could shoot him from
That
the
little
window
building
if he wanted
there. That little building there. Herb shop, which is what you found and spelled. He's been working out of the basement there. It's where they keep their supplies.
And that's where the painting will be.
I don't know if that's where the painting will be, but that's where he was.
to. And what would you have us do?
Quite frankly, I don't care. Consider his contract's terminated.
So do you
It's
not
just been revoked.
do you not have the painting?
No, I do not.
Ah.
He has yet to come to me with this. See, here's my big issues here. If I had it inside my possession right now, then I might be able to look at him and basically just hand him off. But there is now a possibility that he has decided to leave the city with my painting, with somebody else's money,
Please tell
and
me this
me
painting doesn't
now
explode.
owing fucking Sect.
Nathan, if there's a boat, I'm not getting on it. No more boats!
You broke the last boat!
No more chasey. No more exploding things.
So, when you find Auric, tell him that any and all protections that he has from me are now completely revoked. He is on his own. He will also be blacklisted by every single thief lord in the entire city. I will set the word out. His days are numbered.
Will we expect a struggle from him? Or will your word simply be enough to terrify him into submission?
Well, it entirely depends. If he thinks that he can kill you and then escape the city, fair enough. If he thinks he has the time to kill you and escape the city, fair enough. But he will at the very least try to escape the city, because if he stays, he won't survive till morning.
I think we need to be fast.
I agree.
I would recommend
get a wiggle on.
Oh, you don't happen to know anything about a couple of tabaxi thieves, do you? Twins, grey.
Let me check.
They've gone missing and they're companions of ours. Is this him actually looking for his paperwork?
You are looking for... It seems that he's got a bit of a, the Grey Twins.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a hit out on for them. Ian Rennington.
Is that the person who put out the hit?
Yes.
Interesting. What business does Ian Rennington have with them?
Not entirely sure. He's located under my jurisdiction, but I'm afraid reasons for putting a hit out on someone does not fall within the purview of the Thieves Guild. I just have it so that I can pay back the requisite damages to Sect. I'm afraid I cannot give you his address.
Oh, well, this is a lot of pies that we're juggling in the air, whatever the saying goes.
Well, what does it matter?
That was out of character, but I was simply going to say, shall we call it for tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back in a second with probably different clothes. And we're back!
We barely left.
We barely survived. So where are we going? Where are we starting? How do we continue? Because there's been like 4 days. We've had a quick
so I believe
recap.
The plan.
Don't worry, the house isn't haunted, that's just the cat.
The plan is
Yeah.
to go and track down Auric the dwarf.
Yep.
Who was working out of a herbology shop, which the address of escapes me at the present moment in time, but I'm sure because
Auric, it was
Torbus
Belmore
told us-
Close, which was close to the Trinity Academy.
Uh-huh.
There it is. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I believe that's our next step, isn't it? To walk away well.
Are we hightailing it up there?
Well, I mean, it's time is the essence. We think he's trying to book town.
Yeah,
don't
and
we?
we've had bad experiences with people trying to leave the town pretty quickly.
Exactly. So
I'm still not quite healed. Might I suggest a carriage?
Yes. Is there any guards around, Craig, at this present moment?
There's always guards around that you can find.
Okay, because do you think it might be a good idea to tell the guards to put an APB out on him and try and stop him leaving the city?
Probably wouldn't be best to get them involved in the thief lord businesses. If you catch what I'm sliding to you, if you smell what the rock is cooking.
It's definitely them. Okay, alright, we'll just get a carriage and we'll get over there.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, that's fine.
Going to age well.
It will, it's fine. These references are already 10 years out of date, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry. No problem.
Okay, so yeah, we'll grab a carriage and we'll ask them to hightail it, please.
Okay. The carriage manages to... the guy's a little bit concerned about that and all that, but he's perfectly fine.
Lives are on the line here, man!
Do you not understand? Big dicks have business in town.
You are transport...
We're the big dicks and there's a dwarf that needs a good rogering.
You manage to get there within about half hour, which is pretty good.
Jesus.
Pretty good. Okay.
No traffic, I assume.
Yeah, he basically fucking books it.
Okay, then I guess we're going to have to pay an extra 50% on it.
The reason why he fucking books it is because you caught this guy coming out of Torbus's place, which basically means, and this guy, if he works at the area, he probably knows that that's Torbus's place, and he's like, person's coming out of a thief lord's place and is telling me to get in, telling me that they need to get somewhere fast. I'm going to listen to that.
So yes, we made it over there in good time.
Yes, you did.
I believe.
Yes, considering that it should have taken you a little over an hour to reach that kind of distance, he fucking runs.
Does he ask for a tip?
He looks down at you and goes, so, what do I get for that?
What do you want?
3 gold.
Give him 5.
Okay. Yeah, 5 gold.
Sweet.
Very generous. Thank you.
Good service. Very clean.
You let me charge my phone on the ride. That was nice.
Free Wi-Fi!
He's getting 5 stars on ye olde Uber.
Okay, yeah, so we've made it. Do we see said herbology shop?
Yes, it's actually, you actually smell it before you see it. It's got very, very strong scents coming from it.
It smells dank!
It looks like a standard shop. It's got purple drapes at the window with lots of different flowers and things of the like that are usually used for herbs inside the shopping window. And to your memory of what was being told, he works in the basement of this.
Okay, so if I roll a perception check, can I see any like sort of grating or anything like steps leading down to the basement from this side?
You can see, even without a perception check, that there are alleys to both sides of the building. So there are ways round to the back of the building or anything like that. So there's not just this side of the building for you to check out. But initially, roll a perception check for the front of the building.
6.
Okay.
Now you can't see anything from the front.
I'll have a quick look as well. Okay, perception. That is modified 23. Of course it's modified.
Nice. Natural 20.
Natural 23.
From this front, you can see that within the alleyway, it's a slight bit muddy, and you can see footprints there that kind of remind you of certain other footprints that you saw in the that was seen inside the alleyway back in Razlan's place. So it looks like the way in is likely down the alleyway to the side of it.
Okay, cool. So we're following the footprints to find the
Yes.
the hidden entrance into the basement.
It's not really much of a hidden entrance. You end up going around the back, and it looks to like those storm
Neon
cellar
signs, entrance here.
like those storm cellar door kind of things.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing's there
Okay.
for you to open up and go down.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of put my fishy ear to the metal and try and listen and see if I can hear any movement or life in the basement.
Roll.
Yeah. There we go. That's
Is it
good.
a perception or an investigation?
That'd be perception.
Perception. That's a 17.
There is no sound, and it sounds almost. It's a dead kind of quiet. It's the kind of quiet that you expect when no one's home.
Shit.
Okay, I am going to wrench open the doors.
Gotcha.
And then, what's it looking like? There's steps going down.
Steps going down, and it's dark.
So it was unlocked.
Okay.
It is unlocked.
Okay.
So I've got dark vision, so I'll be able to see regardless.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Okay, so with my spear drawn, I'm going to go down the steps and into the basement.
Gotcha. So you end up. I'm guessing you're following him.
Yeah. I was
so-
gonna. If we heard signs of people in there, I was gonna go for a whole plan, but let's just go.
Fair enough then. You go down, and it seems to be about the size of the actual shop above the entire space, but with obviously no walls or anything like that dividing it. So it's a decently sized space. Inside the corner is a bed, which looks like it had been recently used, and there's also a bunch of trash and crap around the place. There is some boxes that were used for storage for the actual herbs upstairs, which is likely where the herbs came from when it came to him, because one of the crates is broken and spilled over the floor. He seems to have lived in this area for about a week or so. You can tell by the way everything's messy. Likely using it to case the joint before planning his the thievery. He is not here.
Okay. Can I do an investigation check on all of his sort of like papers and sort of rubbish that he's left behind?
By all means.
And just sort of the general area to try and get a gist of like what would the next move be. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
It is.
Nice. You
Nice.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm happy with myself. Got a nice little dice tower going.
We're a bit busy playing the game, but that's
No, it's fine.
We've got an orc to get, a dwarf to get now.
What? No, it's fine.
You're right, mate.
I'm making statues.
You start looking through the paperwork and you find a receipt for something which looks to be passage out of the city via to one of the local neighbouring cities.
It's not a ship.
It's not a ship.
Fuck for that. Okay.
Okay, is there any information on that of like what time that would be for passage of?
You see that it is going to be from... Is it the Orchard Road? Is this one the
Orchard Road is the main one out here.
This one here is the
This one's
Nightingale?
Redwood Avenue.
Redwood, that's it. Brain.
Okay, so
Nightingale's the other side. Redwood, you see that it is going out of Redwood Avenue, and you see
close.
that it is set for 8 o'clock at night.
and what time is it now?
It is currently 6.
It's currently 9 p.m. Oh, we got 2. What's he doing, like, leaving this early? Still got, like, 2 hours. It's around the corner.
Yeah.
Something smells fishy, Nathan. It's
I don't
not just
trust
me.
that he's actually gone.
Okay, is there any sort of like panelling in the walls? Is there like crawl spaces, anything like that in the walls of the basement?
With, I'm going to allow you to keep your natural 20 invest. Actually, no, because you said you were specifically looking through his papers with that one,
yes,
so
I
in that
did.
case, roll a new one.
Okay. That's a 15.
Still good.
That's not bad. You start looking around and you find that one of the bricks inside the wall, the mortar, it's a bit loose.
Okay, so can I remove that?
Yes. Do a strength check, but with advantage because it's not that particularly difficult.
Okay, awesome. Is that a saving throw or just a general straight up strength?
Standard strength.
Okay. 11, 13.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
You manage to pull it out, and inside is a bunch of. It's actually a bunch of gold, and yeah, it's a bunch of gold. There's a bunch of jewels that look like they've were probably stolen themselves, and you also find a letter.
Okay, excellent. I turn to
Which
Alorin.
one?
I turn to. I turn to
That was
Alorin.
terrible.
I know.
And I hand him the gold and I say, just quickly do a counting of this and make sure that it's all there. It should be around 20,000, I believe, shouldn't it? From what I can remember.
How do I quick maths?
Intelligence check.
2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1 is very quick maths.
Just
take that,
straight
Dave.
intelligence or saving?
Yeah.
Okay, my intelligence is decent, so that puts me at a 9.
You can't really. There's too much here for you to count exactly how much is there. However, you can tell that it's not 20,000 gold, which means what likely happened is he grabbed as much as he could physically carry and handle at that point and fucking booked it.
So it's less than 20,000.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Can I get a
By
rough,
far less.
rough estimate, like half or less?
The amount that someone might be able to get if they were scooping as much of it out as possible. There's less than a quarter of that left.
Okay, so I think
We've
what
got
we
like
should
5
do
grand.
is we should do like a
Yeah.
Mythbusters style experiment where we try and scoop gold, see how much we can manage and extrapolate that, then we can figure out how much it's in the...
What?
Or we can just wait, I guess, and just count it later. That's also fine.
Yeah, so we'll just fill our pockets for now.
Okay, and the jewels, can I get like a rough estimate of like how valuable they would be? Do they look...
But intelligence check.
Yep.
Sure.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Not fuck's sake. You're doing well today.
I know, better than last time, right? I'm pleased.
You're
You're
gonna make
able-
up for me anyway.
You're able to tell that each of these jewels is worth about 400 gold each, and you've got about you've got about 2 topazes which are worth about 400 gold each, and you've also got a ruby which looks to be worth anywhere between 300 and 600 depending on the kind of collectors that you might want to go for.
Okay, so that puts us up around 6,000-7,000. So we're almost halfway there.
So, I mean, strictly speaking, they weren't after rubies and topazes, were they? Were they
No.
after gold?
No,
so-
but
Okay, and then finally, getting to the important part, this letter, Craig. Can
Okay.
I take it out of his envelope and give it a peruse and see what's going on there with the letter?
Do any of you speak Dwarvish?
No.
no. But
It's written in Dwarvish.
I think Kelphis Vane said she could.
Is she a gnome?
She's a gnome, but I believe she spoke Dwarvish.
You are actually correct.
We are on fire, Nathan!
It's a good thing I edited that episode the other day.
I'm so happy that you remembered that.
Okay, so let's gather up all the things.
Didn't have to roll or nothing.
So let's gather it up,
Okay.
and then rough estimate on time. We can probably get to our offices, have Kelpis read the letter, and be back by 8 o'clock, can't we?
Yeah, I should reckon so.
Yeah, to catch the guy. Okay, so I reckon our next step is to go back and try and find out the contents of this letter, don't you?
Yeah, and also let's just put this golden jewel somewhere
Safely,
safe.
yeah, so we don't
but
need-
separate from our own funds.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he does have 20k on him, in which case there's no harm in us.
Yeah, because we're still after the painting, right?
Yes, that's-
collect the painting's probably the most important part.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So let's get back and have a word with Kelfis.
The painting's worth 40,000 if memory serves. So.
Yes, and it also contains a secret, the most secrety secret of all secrets.
Is it what's the rock cooking? I said that wrong. That could have been done, but hang on, we'll cut it. Is it what the rock's cooking?
No, it's
There we go.
It's what the survey
Seamless.
says, and the survey says it's definitely.
Well, okay, outdated jokes. Let's continue with those.
I'm having a really good English. Okay.
We run back to the office. How much long does that take us?
Considering your distance, that's going to take. If you're running, that is going to take you another half hour. But if you're taking a carriage, it'll take you 15 minutes.
Half hour's fine.
Half
I
hour's
reckon.
fine, yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So you run there, you get inside. Kelfis has basically been doing nothing but cleaning the entire day. The place is spotless. She's obviously been worried about you guys.
As we get through the door, I turn to say, may I offer her the letter?
I sort of give it to him and say that's probably a good idea, and I sort of step out the front, and I just sort of stay out the front.
Okay. Kelfis,
She pokes her head up. Yes.
quickly, you speak Dwarvish, don't you?
Yes.
Would you be able to read this letter and just give us a rough translation?
She takes it and looks it over.
It's my P60. You're firing me.
How did they know?
Because of the effort of making it into Dwarvish.
It's a letter from a neighbouring city. It's about a woman. She says that she wants him to come live with her, but she mentions something about him talking about money that he needs to earn for her. I think it's something to do with a dowry.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And where did that ticket say where they were going?
It was a receipt to go out of this gate.
It was it said where he was departing.
I
It
don't
didn't say
believe
where
we
he
got
was
around to it.
arriving.
It was to a neighbouring city, wasn't it?
Both
Yeah.
of them are going to the city of Raylor.
Okay, that's fine. Well, it connects the dots. No other information contained within?
She looked through things and mentioned something about a person by the name of Manson that's going to be helping with the deliveries.
Manson.
You haven't met a Manson yet.
Okay.
Is it Charles?
That's going to be helping with the delivering him to her. Something about the travel arrangements.
Was the ticket like Manson and Co. or something?
Can I do a roll to see if I remember what the ticket is? Because I'm presuming.
And as far as I'm concerned, you kept it on you.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
okay,
so you can just take it out and you check it, and the under the business details of the transportation stuff like that, it actually lists a Manson Gregor as the person that is going to be dealing with the transportation,
Oh, fantastic.
and it gives an address for where his particular business office is in this town.
Okay, whereabouts is that?
It is on Redwood Avenue near the gate.
Hope your legs aren't tired.
No, I'll be alright.
Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help, Kelvis.
Are you okay?
Yes, just clock, pressing time, etc. If you wanted to lock up and head off home, that's perfectly fine. You've done a fantastic job today.
Thank you. I think I'll be still here when you get back, if that's okay.
Oh, you don't have to, but I'll see you later if you are.
It's been 3 days and you were almost dead.
It takes a lot to kill me.
Okay.
I've not got time to bleed.
Ain't got time for death. Okay,
So she
so
lets you go.
we run back to Redwood Avenue, so that's, what, another half hour, you say?
Yes.
So roughly about 7-ish at this point then.
Correct.
Okay, so let's find this fucking office.
Okay, so what street was it on?
It
This is on Redwood, so it's on the place where he's going to get picked up. You find the place to have a large stable out back filled with horses for the carriage and things of the like. And the actual the office itself has a large yellow banner over it that says Manson Services. So, yeah, you can just go in and talk to the fucker.
Okay, so with these carriages, how many are there?
Out back, they have 3 carriages.
So
They're
I was
all
thinking
currently not in use.
We could just sneak onto it and then hide, and then when he gets in, be like, a surprise! Ah! And grab him.
Might I speak to the owner of the business?
Okay,
See if
can
I can
I
arrange
have
something.
a covert little look around while you're doing that? So I'll let you do.
By all
the-
means.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go with you first.
What was the guy's name?
Manson Gregor.
Manson Gregor.
Manson Gregor.
Make a note of that.
I was almost tempted to call him Gregovich when I wrote this.
Manson Gregovich?
Manson Gregovich. I don't know, I just like making German names. But I felt that would be
That's more
dumb.
Russian.
Oh yeah, it would be, yeah.
Well, we are. Yeah.
We're in a hurry, yeah.
We're in a bit of a Russian. Can we get a Russian, please?
So,
I just went with Manson Gregor.
so yeah, I'll head inside the business and see whom I can find.
Okay, you go in and there is a what looks to be a young 17-year-old sitting behind the counter. He's just hands in his head. He's just got his head like this, just walking through his stuff. Yeah, what do you want?
I'm looking for one Manson Gregor.
He's out back. What do you want him for?
He has a particular client that will be riding with him this evening, and it'll be in his best interest if that customer does not go along.
You're here to prevent business.
A little. Just one. The rest are fine.
Yeah, piss off.
I'll just go see him, shall I?
No, you can piss off.
When he said out back, did he gesture towards a door behind him?
Yeah.
I just pushed past.
No, he tries to stop you. Strength check, but with advantage.
Question: is this all considered one building, one premises?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because the front part is public because it's a shop, I will be allowed out back.
Yes.
Okay. What did you say? Strength check.
Strength check, but you get advantage because he's just a normal human.
Advantage. Ooh, 19.
He rolled an 8. So you push him aside and he falls back in his chair. The chair falls over and goes, and he falls back.
Okay. What do I see when I walk out the back here?
You walk out the back and you see an office space with that leads into an area that's a little bit like a little bit like a garage, but not for cars, but for carts and things like that, repairs and stuff like that. And you see him inside an office space, and he looks and goes, "Who the bloody hell are you?" And he's a human.
The name's Alorin and Rosafir. Pleasure to meet you. Are you Manson Gregor, I assume?
Yeah. What's it to you?
May I take a seat?
Can I stop you?
I promise I won't be long.
I like that he didn't answer his question.
Doesn't need answering.
And why shouldn't I call the guards?
Well, let's just say you have a passenger travelling with you this evening, and many of the thief lords would be most unhappy if he were to leave the city.
He goes sheet white. Roll. I know that you may not be. I know you may not be meaning to do this, but I'm going to make you roll an intimidation check just for the name drop of the thief lords.
Ooh, that's a 19 on the die. Intimidation, that'd be 23.
He is sheet fucking white. The thief lord. The fuck is going on?
I believe you sold a ticket to a gentleman by the name of Xeron, a dwarfish chap.
No, it's Ultimatum.
Auric. Zeron's
Sorry,
the
yeah,
thief lord.
Auric, yeah.
Zeron.
Oh, sorry, I've got Xeron in big letters, so my eyes went to that one. Auric, yes. Auric, a dwarfish chap.
Yeah, he's been a friend for years. I promised I'd help him. We're due to leave in an hour.
I'm afraid that can't happen.
Oh no, what did he do?
He has unfortunately put himself between a very unfortunate situation. Let's just say he stole an item that was wanted by a more than one person.
Oh no.
Look, I'm not asking for any participation from yourself, but the simple rule is he cannot leave this city. You can allow him on the carriage, but that carriage must not leave. My friend and I will take him off.
Are you going to kill him?
That will be up for them to decide.
So that'll be a yes. He's a friend. And you want me to just hand him over?
You can fight for him if you like.
I'm not a fool. Fine. We leave in an hour. You can stop the carriage if you like.
Which carriage would this be, by the way?
got a blue stripe on the side. And in your investigations, you will find that. He doesn't learn that I know of this.
You can plead your ignorance as much as you will, and that'll be fine. We'll play along.
Now get out of my shop.
If there were any other way around this, I would take it. Unfortunately, many lives are on the line because of him.
Just get out.
Yep, I get up and leave, and as I pass the teenager, I just tip my hat and say, and a good day to you.
He's like...
Do I meet Sirius out the front, or is he doing investigations?
Let's see. Roll your investigation.
18.
You walk round the back, and not only do you find the carriage that had been mentioned with the blue stripe, you actually find that it had already been loaded up with majority of the belongings of one dwarf. You find a rucksack on the back of it with a tag on it that says Auric.
Okay, can I open that?
Yeah.
What's in there?
It's all fucking gold.
Excellent. I'm going to nick that, please.
I'm not out yet, so I can't interrupt.
There is no painting, though.
That's fine. I've got the backpack full of gold. That's step one of the serious master plan.
What else would you like to do?
Okay. I'm just going to double check something really, really quick to see how long this spell lasts.
Disguise self?
No. It's clairvoyance. I want to put like a bug in the carriage, because that might be a good idea. Because I might need that later. Yeah. No, I'm fine with. I've taken the backpack. I've made sure I remember which one the carriage is, so I don't forget later on. And I'm keeping my eyes open for Alorin when he leaves the business.
Okay. So you guys meet up outside, and I'm guessing you swap information. And you tell him that what you've got in your back and your rucksack that you've got on your back now.
You took it?
Oh yeah, we need it, right? This is the gold that we need. Now we need to do is find the painting. That's half the job done.
This will look suspicious to Auric. Yes, that's the right name. To Auric, if his bag were to just suddenly vanish. I made a promise to the chap inside that he wouldn't be implicated. But I suppose no one was watching the carriage, were they?
No.
No one saw you take it.
No.
Even so, we should stick around to press Auric to see if we can actually find this painting.
Yeah, of course.
As far as I'm concerned, whether or not he leaves the city is of no business to us, but that can happen after we get the painting.
Painting first, gold. At least then we have what we promised.
Yes, because if he escapes, he might have a chance at living. If he sticks around, he is dead, whether we do it or whether Sect orders it.
Okay, so are we staying here? Or are we finding a place to hide out and keep watch?
Shall we wait inside the carriage?
See, I was thinking, my idea was, we'll just hail the carriage down. And then
There's no guarantee it would stop.
And then you jump on it, and then I jump in the back and we're like, freeze, fool! And then we just cart him off where we need to take him.
Maybe I could just hang off the side of it.
Well, I mean, okay, so with the carriage, from what I can remember, is there any sort of foot space, or is there anything underneath, or is it literally just wooden floor? There is something underneath.
There is, in terms of your ability, it is set that you have enough space between it and the floor that if you wanted to cling to the bottom of the carriage, you could.
How about we just wait around? I mean, it's not as though we're wearing our Big Dicks t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm a big glowy fish. But he doesn't know we're looking for him, does he?
He doesn't know who we are, probably.
No. Okay, let's just kind of find the street corner and just
let's act inconspicuous.
Now, I'm going to make sure I conceal
That'll be a performance check when you do it.
I'm going to make sure I conceal this backpack so he can't see that I've got it.
Gotcha.
So that if he comes by, I don't want him walking by thinking, that bloke's got my backpack on. And then
He's got the same Adidas backpack.
Yeah, exactly right. And the whole subterfuge is rumbled before we've even begun.
With the Lincoln Park badge taped to it. That's interesting.
10 years out of date, we don't care.
Lincoln Park is still relevant. In a fashion.
In an ironic fashion. Grandad. Okay, so let's find a street corner and we are hanging out and we're waiting for Auric to arrive.
Okay.
Should we separate as well? Just so that if he tries to run in one direction, one of us has a...
Okay, so let's have... sorry, Craig. Let's have a quick look at... So, whereabouts...
Yeah, whereabouts exactly on the map are we?
Okay, so you guys are... Well, where would you like to wait at that point?
Well, we don't know where the business is the problem.
Oh, the business very specifically is
That building.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
exactly where I put the things.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. So if I kind of hang around on this side of the street here, on the
Okay.
left side.
Yeah, and I'll hang around on the
right.
more northern side.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. And then we're in position.
You're going for a pincer movement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll performance so for basically...
Being conspicuous.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'm not bad at that. Surprisingly, Blake's bad at that.
He's a fishman.
Surprisingly, I'm bad at that. That's alright. I'm gonna give myself a vampire point boost on that, so I'll get advantage.
I've got a 9.
Advantage doesn't put me up too much, but I'm on a 14 now.
With a 9, I'm afraid you're looking quite suspicious and you're not hiding your backpack very well.
And I am a fish, so it does make sense that I would stick out like a sore thumb. So.
You are able to blend in a little bit more, but whether or not you are seen will entirely depend on certain checks. Neither of you are seen.
Yeah!
Good.
We've got a
So-
myopic dwarf.
Do we roll perception to keep an eye out for him coming, or do we?
It's not that particularly hard. The carriage end up coming out round and 2 men walk up. One of them is a dwarf, and the other one is a human. You did good work, he says to the dwarf. And the dwarf goes, yeah, just get me out of here, just get me out of here. He goes, of course, don't you worry about it, Where's the... Auric? Where's your rucksack gone?
Oh, fuck.
And they start...
Shout across the room. I told you.
They start moving around. With a natural 1, they don't see shit.
So, because seeing as how you have message, I'll wait for your hit.
Signal.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see them looking for his backpack, yes?
Yes. The human turns around and goes, I will reimburse you whatever it takes. Just get on the carriage and get out of here now. And Auric nods and climbs into the carriage.
Okay, so they're pulling out of the...
Are you actually letting them get on the carriage?
So they're pulling out the business, which they're turning north, right, towards where a lot
So,
of it is.
well,
They're
seeing
turning towards the gate, which is very close.
Seeing as how Manson Gregor knows me now, I'm going to just basically stand in the middle of the road.
And I'm going to creep up at the back.
The horse takes a couple of steps forward and then immediately stops. He goes, and the Auric pokes us out. What's going on? And he looks. He goes, "Who are you?" And he's just sheet white. He's terrified.
Okay, how far away am I?
You're right behind the carriage.
Okay, it's a bit higher up than me, right?
Yes.
So if I was to make an attack or something, that'd give me disadvantage because he's got higher ground, or not really?
Well, what are you attacking?
I'm going to throw my net on him.
Just do a standard dexterity check.
Okay.
Just do a roll to hit. So he's poking his head out. You're going to wrap him in a net and pull him out.
Well,
like
my
that.
idea is at the back of the carriage, is it open or is it closed?
No, it's a closed carriage. That's what I'm on
He's leaning out
about.
the window.
Yeah, he's hanging out the window.
Just do
okay.
what he said.
Yeah, I'm going to try and ensnare him around the upper body.
Yeah, okay, roll to hit.
12.
No, that'll hit.
Okay.
He's got a low AC.
It's AC with fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the net wraps around him while he's hanging out the window. Are you going to try and yank him down?
Okay, so where the net... Okay, I didn't really think this through. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm going
Roll strength.
I'm going to pull him out of the carriage.
I didn't think this through. The Blake story.
Blake's approach to playing any game ever. I don't really think this through. My strength is 13.
With a 13, let me see if he's able to resist it at all. With an 8, he is not. You yank him right out and he goes slamming onto the floor, yelling for help. Nobody's coming to help.
Good. What are you doing, Alorin?
I'll slowly walk over like the scary moth that I am.
Yeah, in a full plague doctor mask.
Auric, I want to make this as easy for you as possible. Tell us where the painting is, and we will let you leave, no worries.
He looks at you, terrified, and then he looks behind him and roll perception if you can see what he's looking at.
Perception, that is 22.
You see the human that was with him running down an alley.
Serious on your 6.
Yes, go on, leader.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly say to Oric before he approaches, either you tell us where it is and you leave, or we deliver you to the doorstep of sect.
You get. He's got it!
Okay, I'm going to get up and bomb it straight after as fast as I can.
Roll athletics.
Leaving him in the net. You deal with him.
Okay, are you sure you want me to deal with him?
7 plus 5... 12.
He rolled a 12. Player wins. You only just caught up with him at the last fucking
Wait, the
moment.
human was running away.
Human was running away.
Oh,
yes.
sorry, I thought you said he was running towards us.
No. He was
Okay,
running away.
my
He was running away. So you only just caught up with him. Are you going to drive him to the floor or what?
I'm going to go for like a diving
You haven't got your
spear.
net.
I'm going to go for like a tackle.
Not use a spear. Just quickly, can I just make sure that Oric was telling the truth about that?
Go for it.
Insight. I don't think I'm going to need my +4 on this. That's a 19.
He is telling the truth and he's fucking terrified. He's too scared to lie right now.
Okay.
He thinks he's about to die.
In that case, I grasp the net and say, "Good day."
You got the net?
Yeah.
Okay, be careful with that.
As I run past, I pat the horse on the bum. So, there you go, off you go.
Oryx scrambles up, gets on the carriage, and the horse goes off. You guys manage to roll athletics to drive this guy to the ground. Actually, no, strength check. Sorry, versus his.
7.
He rolled a 3. You're fine.
Yes!
You're lucky because enemies are not rolling well right now. You drive him to the ground.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to sort of like sit on top of him, like with the spear point, like that. I'm like, just give me the painting and I'll let you go.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
With a scary spear. With advantage.
6 plus...
How is 6 your advantage?
Intimidation.
He got a natural 1 on the other dice.
9. I got a 9.
He chuckles. There's nothing you can do to me that wouldn't happen to me worse if I told you anything.
I'm going to spit my ink full in his face.
Oh, what is this?
Now where's the painting, or I do it again?
Have you ever seen Aliens?
This black sick just comes out of my mouth.
Have I approached at this point?
Yes, you arrived.
Okay. Serious, that's disgusting.
I sort of turn around with all that through my teeth. I'm like, what else can I do? I'm thinking on the fly
Like you've
here.
been sucking on licorice.
Oh god, this is horrible. You look like one of those
forgot
people
you
that
had
eat chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I have ink, yeah.
Yeah, he has ink.
Yeah.
You got a little gland just in your throat.
So you need, like, if you ever run out, like, you ever need to like, write something with a quill or...
So that's why I've never had to buy a new ink pot.
I'm your man.
It's just in the middle of the night. I'll fill this up.
Auric is it's not Auric. Okay, this man is he's scared, but he's not really scared of you. He's scared of the situation. He's like, you have to let me go now. You do not want to get on the wrong side of the people of these people.
Quite frankly, you're on the wrong side of so many people. I don't think it'll be much more hassle.
I just thought, look, we'll add it to the list of people that we've missed off.
We'll tell Calphus. Calphus, the hate list. If you're talking about getting on the wrong side of people, how about Sect? How about Palder Cal? How about Torbus? How about Xeron?
How about us?
And he just starts giggling. They're not the ones I'm scared of.
Okay,
You should be.
I'm just going to start stripping him, like ripping him, looking for the painting. Yeah, looking for the painting.
It's a big painting and he's a normal man. Where could he be hiding
He could have
it?
rolled it and put it up his bum. So there's an inky man on the floor, Craig, and I'm pulling his clothes off.
Serious, please. We're about to get arrested.
Sorry. Just that mental image. He's basically fighting, getting you to stop, if he can.
I don't. That's what I've been...
Okay, you've stripped him naked. Congratulations, you are now sat on top of a nude man in the middle of an alley.
Typical.
So yeah, like normal. I feel quite at home here.
Oh.
Nathan, help me. Come on, I'm not making a good
To be
job.
fair,
me to do
your
here?
people don't exactly wear clothes down in the deep, so you don't give a shit about nakedness.
No, I don't.
I hand Sirius's net back as well. How about I give it a try then with the intimidation?
Go for it.
Okay, so I pull Sirius off. I pull this man
Right.
and then you ink all over him.
Oh, matron.
Hopefully the man's still got his underwear on at this point.
It's getting hot, isn't it?
I will allow it so that he has underwear.
Just so he has something on, so this doesn't make it extra uncomfortable.
It's getting hot now. Oh boy.
Steamy!
So I'm going to describe to you what I'm planning on doing. I grab the man by the throat, I pick him up and just push him into the nearest wall.
Strength check.
Oh, well, that's not my good one. Oh, that's not my good one. Hang on, no, 2 more vampire points gone. This needs to work. There we go.
That's more like
19
it.
on the die. Intimidation, that's 23.
Okay, with a 23, you're able to do it quite as effectively as you'd like to. You pick him right up one hand.
No, that's just 19. I was looking at intimidation.
Either way, you still pick him up by one hand and slam him against the wall. His feet are dangling. He's terrified. Roll intimidation with advantage.
Okay. It matters not who you are afraid of. All of these people will see you dead. We will give you the option of leaving alive if you hand us the painting. That will be your only chance at surviving this. Okay, it's 11 on the die, 18 on the die, so that puts me at 22.
It's Branthus!
For fuck's sake! The other one! I think I say that out loud as well. Double shit!
He's been making moves. Okay, everyone, roll history check.
I know who Brandon
No, roll history check.
I got a 10.
That's better than I've got.
I tell you what, I may give you advantage. Tell me, do you remember certain something from your very first episode? Very first episode, what did you do?
This was the tentacle thing.
Yeah?
that we fought.
What did you do after the tentacle
We
thing?
found those fucking elves, the Eldrin elves.
What did they talk about?
There's something about him making a move, I think.
Fuck it, I'll allow it. Branthus was making moves into sex territory.
Sex territory.
So, what do you think is happening here if Branthus has ordered someone to basically do all this thievery stuff to manipulate situations like this? What aim could he have?
And see, like, he's basically pissed everyone off and made everyone mad at each other. So it's the idea that they're all going to start fighting each other,
Yeah.
and then he just swoops in afterwards and cleans up.
He's going for a territory takeover. And he's causing a territory war so that it becomes easier.
I guess with that information, I just drop him. It's like a... Fuck.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got the painting.
Culmination from the first episode.
So the painting is with Branthus.
Yeah, he took it for himself.
Does Branthus have it in the Prince's Court now?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know where he keeps his things. He just told me to do the job, to hire Auric, to sort out the situation. He told me to put the hit out on the Grey Twins, to tie up loose ends.
Oh yes, speaking of, where are they?
Oh, you're Ian Rennington.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Jolly good.
jolly good.
Oh.
We've not quite finished having words for you then.
Seriously? Strip him.
Auric gets close back on so I can take his clothes off.
I haven't found them yet. I heard that they were hiding in the northern quarter, but I haven't.
I'm going to
heard
roll
where.
insight to see if he's lying. I got an 11.
Would you call that cocked?
No, that's 19, dude. No, it's a bit cocked. Yeah, go on, do it again.
I'll lie to roll again.
Yeah, go on, do it again.
I don't know, it was on a 19. I didn't want it to be rolled again.
Sorry.
It was natural 20.
Natural 20.
There you go.
I know whether or not this guy's lying.
He is telling the truth because at this point in time, he's right close to pissing himself.
He's being honest. Then where the hell are they?
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's hiding with some thief friends or something.
Don't suppose this guy's this guy, is it?
No.
Okay. By the way, do you happen to know who this is? No, it's worth a shot.
Okay, so just give me a second. So we've got the money, but we can't get the painting. We've got this guy who will readily admit to whoever we need him to admit it to that he organised this for Branthus. So he's as good as the painting, as far as I'm concerned.
The information you feel is worth more than the painting.
Well, no, what I mean is we can take him back to Razlan and be like, look, this dude's organised it all.
Razlan? Or do you mean
I was going to say
which one, Zeron or
I was going to say
Cordis?
Zeron because he's closer.
So we can tell him that.
He's also the one that you want to appease because you're thinking of working for him, aren't
Yeah.
you?
But the gold was nicked from Razlan, right?
Yes.
gold was nicked
The gold
from-
is not for Zeron.
Yes.
The gold is for Sect.
Yes, the
Yeah.
gold is for
Okay,
Sect. Razlan
lovely.
was holding it, was keeping it on a hold for the auction of the painting.
So I reckon.
If you want, are you suggesting split up or?
No, I was
what
saying stay together. We bundle this guy up in my magic net of strength. Take him to Zeron. He can tell what he just told us to Zeron. See if we can avert this sort of like hostile gang war.
The turf war.
And then we take the money back to Sect and to Razlan, and that's as good as doing like half of both bits, if you know what I mean.
It still leaves a question mark over the Grey Twins, but it'll have to do for now, I think.
With time running out, we need to find this guy before too much time has passed.
Did Powder Cal give us a time limit on that? I don't
3
think-
3 days. It's been one.
We're
You're fine.
fine.
This has been a very busy day, but it's only been 1 day.
Okay, so I reckon we do that. What do you think?
I agree, yeah. I might... no, it's going to be too long to go that way. I was going to suggest taking the money first, just in case Zeron says, yeah, we'll take that off your hands. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, mate.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just give me that credit to me, mate.
So you guys head over to Zeron's place?
Yeah, so I've put
Yes.
my net over the guy so he can't like struggle and break free.
With a 7, he ain't getting out of that.
Good. Good.
So-
Good.
Then like, okay, so is it gonna look a bit suspicious we're just carrying a man in a net through the city, or
They'll know. They'll know what it's about. They
We've
know
got-
me. Don't worry, I've gotten in with the guys.
we've got a badge as well, so it's like, oh, check my badge. It's official
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Official business.
So you guys make it down to that particular alleyway, and there's the door with the slat, and I'm guessing you're not...
Don't stare. You've not seen a goblin before, have you?
No, yeah, I've met goblins before.
Oh, okay.
He rolled high on goblin knowledge.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with goblins.
Oh, yeah. They were like the first creature you saw when you came to land, wasn't it?
Goblins
That was
are
a joke.
Did
we
you roll
made.
a natural 20?
I think so, yeah.
Goblins are my best one. I know all about goblins.
Okay, yeah, so we head to Zeron's place.
Okay, so you knock on the door, and the slat opens up. What do you want?
Zeron, again, we have a very interesting tale to weave to him.
Oh, it's you. Who's your friend?
Fellow detective. Oh, do you mean the guy that's half naked in the net?
Come
Nah.
in, Ink.
I was on about the fish boy, yes.
He's with me.
Fish man, if you please.
Would you rather
Is
stay
he-
outside?
Is he trustworthy?
I trust him with my life.
You vouch for him.
You've done it before.
Yes, I vouch for him with Powder Cal, I'll vouch for him with you.
Might as well again. I'm such a burden to you, Nathan. Like in real life and in this.
He closes it, you hear the unlocking of an unfortunate number of latches, and he opens it up, and you see people there that are armed to the teeth with firearms.
That's fine. I'm
You
cool.
make one wrong move, you are sushi.
At least one of them has a fishing rod, so...
So, he leads you through the convoluted maze of corridors and all that, and then knock on Zeron's door. And after gaining entry and all that, the door opens up, and you see Zeron sat at is still in his suit, sat at his table, and he looks up. That was quick.
Not quite as fruitful as we'd hoped, but we have something for you. Something you'll find quite interesting.
Something? Does something involve money? Painting? Anything?
It is about the painting. You see, we have some unfortunate news. Maybe he would be better to tell you.
And you kind of drag him forward, I'm assuming.
Yeah, kick him to the floor.
And, who's this?
This is a gentleman by the name of Ian Rennington.
That name name sounds a little familiar.
There seems to be a bit of an everyman. He assists in putting hits out on people, apparently, and assists with the theft of painting.
He leans forward and looks down at Ian. Weren't you... You're one of Branthus's auction boys, aren't you?
What is the... Hang on. That sounds a bit suspicious.
Auction boys.
I know. It just...
Not choir boy or anything.
And that's 10 grand to Mr. Smithers to spend the night with the orcish boy. Auction boy.
With the orcish boy. He nods. I've done a few odd jobs, but I've also done a few of the auctions for Mr. Branthus. Why have you brought me one of Mr. Branthus's lackeys?
It's quite simple. The Branthus staged the theft of the painting to incite a little bit of a turf war between all of the thief lords.
Silence as he stares at you.
And it appears that there's a good possibility that the painting is currently within the prince's court, and I think you'd understand that we're not quite so keen on stepping in there attempting to steal it back at this point.
Do you have evidence? I'll need to investigate this further. If it proves true, you'll have done me a great service.
I feel there's a but coming.
He starts looking through the stuff. $10,000
For?
a month. You'll work for me
And you'll give us 10 grand.
a month. Working costs, things of the like.
That's going to pay off.
Well, I was going to say, there is a small issue that we're currently in a contract with Palder Cal.
Paid off.
You see, I figured I'd bring that up because I knew you'd say that.
You work for me, you don't work for them. Few requirements. 1. Your business also goes through me. 2. I can use your business as I see fit, without any question. 3. You move into the area.
Can we have half hour to think about it? It's a big
He
decision.
nods.
Thank you.
We'll be back before the morning.
He nods.
Okay, and then he was going to give us the name of this guy as well, was he not?
Oh yes, so I'm guessing you bring that up to him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's a small matter of this gentleman that we've got a picture of.
Oh. Him? Don't worry, I inquired about him. He's currently a guest of sect. Guest, not captive. He's apparently sought a bit of asylum. Believe his name is Noland Tusk.
Do you recognise that name, Blake?
Noland Tusk, and he goes, however, I have means to believe that it may or may not be a false name.
I don't know, Blake, do you recognise that name?
Well, no, because the name I wrote down was Neridian Task.
Oh.
And this is a possible false name of Noland Tusk.
Oh, right. Oh, it's an alias. Oh, right.
Oh,
You made me feel stupid for half a
penny's
second
fucking
there.
dropping there. I was waiting for the penny to drop.
I got where you were going.
He says, oh, it may be a false name. Noland Tusk. It sounds like Neridian Task.
You
Hint.
You crazy.
Hint.
Crazy landlubbers with your mad names. They sound like someone I might be interested in talking to. I just sort of, I take the information in, and I kind of like remember that's what it is. But I try and like literally be a blank slate and not give anything away.
Roll deception.
Oh.
I got 9.
I think this guy's good. I think he's going to see through that.
He looks at you and smirks. You know who that is, don't you?
A person of interest. Someone we've been looking for a couple of weeks. It's just funny how all these things seem to interlink, isn't it?
It's a small world after all.
Oh, this information about the painting Baranthus and the Thief Lord War. Is that something that ought to be spread around?
Don't worry, I'll handle that.
We're going to be...
Cool guy, I like this guy.
We still haven't found a couple of friends, and they work closely with Sect, so we can pass on the message to him if that's of use to you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Very well. Until later tonight, then.
Until later tonight.
You'll have our response either way in person.
I look forward to it.
Sort of give him a respectful
He
nod.
reaches over and actually offers a handshake.
A gloved hand.
I shake.
Okay. And
Oh, what do you want to do with this fellow, by the way?
no, don't worry, leave him with me.
Meat's back on the menu, boys!
You leave the room. You start walking away. You hear a gunshot.
We just keep moving.
I don't know, I feel a bit bad, but at the same time he brought us troubles. I knew that he was going to be trouble when he walked in. Again, like 10-year-old reference at this point.
I'm going. Okay, so we need to go and give this gold to Sect.
Well, we need to give it to Razan and explain the situation as to why we do not have the painting.
We do indeed.
Okay, so you head back to Razan. He's got his head in his hands. He's sat at sat at his kind of desk that's inside the back of the alley. And he just looks up as you approach. Finally, please tell me that you've got good news.
Good, bad, and kind of news.
I put the backpack down in front of him and open
And
it.
I assume we empty our pockets of the gold that we've got as well. We don't know if that's exactly 20 grand.
He looks at. You got it. Where was it? Who?
It's quite a long story, so we'll try and keep it brief. You know Baranthus?
Yeah.
Well, the theft of the painting was orchestrated by him. From the man that we spoke to, and God rest his soul, it seems he's trying to start a turf war between the Thief Lords. Let Sect know
Bugger.
to not get
one
a
against
rise.
against the next.
Let Sect know that this should not get a rise out of him. It's just what Baranthus wants. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the painting. We believe it is within the prince's court, so I don't even think any of his boys would be willing to get that back.
You should head home.
Oh, speaking of, there's a chance we might be moving out of the northern quarter soon, but should we come across any particular items, we'll still come to you. We trust you.
What? I'm flattered. But there are plenty of fences inside those quarters, and if you're going to be inside a different area, then you've got to pay patronage to the person whose area you're in, not to Sect.
Oh, true.
But a visit would be appreciated once in a while.
I suppose. Every time we've seen you, you've sworn at us.
That's only because I like you, you fucking turds.
Aww. Come here, you.
You actually hug the poor little
No, I was
man.
going to nuggy him.
Oh, God.
Speaking of, you haven't heard anything about the Greys, have you? Because
No.
we found the man who allegedly was putting the hit out on them, but they vanished before he could even get to them.
Well, the Greys are pretty good at keeping their ear to the ground. The moment they heard of anything like that, they probably started hiding.
The blood at their property, is that nothing to be worried about? It was only a small amount, granted, but...
Well, did you see if there were any footprints other than theirs?
Did you? I think you did the investigation.
I think I checked, but I don't think I rolled very high, so I don't think I could figure it out.
We know that they're good at what they do. We'll trust that they're hiding somewhere. Just let them...
Was it on the doorframe?
Yes.
Classic move. Cut yourself, put it on the doorframe, make a bit of mess, get out of there. Make it look like somebody else has done the job.
We've been duped, Nathan! Duped!
Well,
They're probably just hiding with a friend.
Well-
Who else do you know?
how else do we know? No one that'll hide... Oh. No, does Shiora have a help? Maybe? I don't know. I don't really think they're close. Would I know anyone who would hide them?
Help me!
With a 19 on the die, do I know who might help them?
Ziora has actually mentioned them in the past.
Oh.
So they seem
Oh yeah,
to
she
know each other.
recommended them to us, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh. Why didn't you point that out then? Why are you looking at me like, yeah, of course, you stupid idiot?
I'm just like reading from Nolan Tusk. Oh God, it's an anagram!
I am Lord Voldemort.
10 years out of date.
I've got... Oh, sure, yes, I need to speak to a few people. Well, it seems like everything's tidy. Did Palder Cal ask for anything other than the name of the man in the picture?
He wanted to find him.
Well, given where he is, I think that's about as close as we're going to get.
Just some things are lining up for me here. Palder Cal was the guy who told me who Neridian Task was in the first place, but then didn't mention today that it was Neridian Task, which if
wanted to
anything
challenge you.
would have made it maybe more motivated to go and find him. But that's by the by, I suppose, isn't it now? We're leaving soon.
Maybe Palder Cal never actually knew what the guy looked like, he just knew his name.
Maybe I should go and have a word.
Well, would you like to
Maybe
inform...
you should.
Maybe, would you like to inform Palder Cal what we found out about him, and I need to go and say hello to a few people?
Okay, let's do that. Do you want to go first?
Oh, before we part ways, should we discuss the idea of moving to the Trinity
Oh yeah, quickly,
area?
yeah.
'Cause-
Okay, so the only downsides are going to be we're now like basically trading one shackle for another one.
Yes, but at the same time, Palder Cal seemed to get upset that we didn't cross every person who came through our door with him. This guy...
I feel like we can have our cases on one side, and he wouldn't be too bothered about what we did.
Just so long as we were there for him when we needed him.
Exactly, when he wanted us to do stuff.
The only issue we're going to find is when we get a time-sensitive case through the door and he brings us one that's not time-sensitive but insists we do his laundry first.
Well, there's two of us.
What, Thief Lords?
No, there's two of us.
Oh, two of us. I thought you said two others.
No, there's two of us.
You need to get your human tongue sorted.
Well,
There we go.
It's a fish man.
So, we're agreed.
I think we are, yeah. At least it gets... Is it sexually paying or powder?
Palder Cal.
At least it gets Palder Cal off our backs.
Very well. I'll speak to Giora the Grey Twins, and there's a Kelphis and another person I want to speak to. If you head on down to Palder Cal and discuss our situation, I don't think you would have heard about our contract expiring yet, so I wouldn't mention that. Let's Xeron deal with that.
Okay. Right, so do you want to go first, Nathan?
Yeah, I assume I know where Giora lives.
Yes. Jorah... Actually, you do. It's right there inside your inside your details.
There.
I'm only going over the road. You've got to go miles out your way.
I was going to go see Ziora. Oi, Ziora! You in?
So you head down to her place and...
There it is.
Ah, found it?
Yeah, found
Yeah,
it.
good. You head down
Just
to
above
her
the
place.
mission. Yeah.
She opens up the door and goes, "Oh!
Hello. Sorry for missing my party.
And she's just staring at you. Yeah.
I'm alive, yes.
And she jumps on you and hugs you.
I guess I'll catch her.
Step out of the way.
Let her fall into the dirt. Yeah, she pulls away. Sorry. She blushes and looks away.
That's okay, I'm sorry to have caused everyone a fright, but really it's no matter. It takes a lot more than that to knock us down.
She nods, opens the door, walks in and gestures for you.
I walk inside. She gestured.
Does that count?
Surely that's a... Go on in.
So vampires aren't my bag, baby.
Okay. I close the door behind me and I just say, are they here, by the way?
She looks at... Ooh.
She's
Meow.
transformed into an owl.
Really?
Yeah.
They're in the basement.
Good. I just wanted to make sure they were safe. I know they had a hit put out on them.
Yeah, they're fine.
But-
But they're just waiting for it to blow over.
Well, the guy who was going to put the hit out on them is very likely dead.
Oh, that's good news. I mean,
So,
poor him.
yes.
She's a thief too, remember? She has very few scruples. Just because she works also as a waitress.
Yes. Just know that their trick to escape fooled both the hitman and us.
Was she working as a waitress down in a cocktail bar?
No, it was a cafe. But
No.
yes, I mostly came here to make sure that everyone was okay, but I do also have some news. Sirius and I will be relocating into the Southern Quarter.
Oh.
We'll still be around the north. I mean,
No, I understand.
I have all of my patients here in the mission. I'll likely be here most days anyway, and I'll be sure to pop by and say hello.
No, I understand. She's turned away from you.
Quite frankly, I find it hard to care. This is good news. I've got a promotion, so... Giora, why the sour face?
It's okay. I wish for you the best.
I hate it when women do that. They don't.
And the same for you.
She nods. Do you want to go see him?
Quite frankly, I don't think they'd care.
Probably not.
Just let them know that I was thinking of them and that I'm glad they're safe.
I'll also give them the news that you might be moving out.
Well, I mean, between you three, there's no other people that I trust in your area of expertise, so I'm sure we'll be back for services.
She smiles a little at that. Thanks.
I don't really think there's anything else to say here.
No? So you're done?
Yeah, I'll bid adieu, and I'll be certain to come back and say goodbye before we move properly. But I don't quite know, frankly, how fast this is going to move. We were just offered it not half hour ago.
She nods. Wait, offered? By who?
Can I roll an insight to see whether this is going to be a bad idea?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's a 15 insight. That's a 22.
With a 22, it would probably be a good idea not to let her know just yet.
Oh, well, with how good business has been, we've just been offered to move into the Southern Quarter where we can acquire more clientele. We're going to get a lot more footfall.
She nods. Okay.
Should I roll a deception for that? Or?
Yeah. Roll
Okay.
Deception. I'll let you roll her insight.
Okay, that's decent. Not perfect, but 17?
She looks at you and just smiles and then turns away. She doesn't believe you. She rolled a natural 20. She saw fucking through you.
Well, at least she can see that I'm withholding information for her benefit, which always works out okay. It's okay to lie when it's protecting the person you're lying to. That's how human brains work, isn't it?
That's what the Schwarzenegger movie Commando taught me. You're allowed to lie.
Who did he lie to in that film?
Everybody. He was pretending to be John Commando.
John Commando?
Not Arnold Schwarzenegger, who he is in real life.
Is that what it says on his passport? Hello, I'm John Commando.
Okay.
Good night, Jorah. Okay. And I leave.
Good night. Okay, you're going to Palder Cal.
I am indeed.
You arrive and the guard is surprised to see you go. You're here sooner than expected.
It's just like the fourth time today their people have seen us, so...
I approach the door and I say, I found out where the man Palder Cal is looking for, where he is.
You are good. And he opens up the door.
Okay, I go on through.
He's there looking at some paperwork. He's chewing on the tip of a quill before working over some. Oh. Yes.
I found him.
My word.
You found him?
Quick work as always.
That's why you're
First of all, I said never to mention that.
That's why you're
I
hired.
knew there was something about you. It's why I invested such time and money into you.
If I say I'm not...
Sorry, metagame.
No, I wasn't going to. I'm just thinking of where I'm going next. And I tell him the location. I say, he's second? He's
Sect.
He's seeked.
That's what you do for metagaming.
What do you say?
Sect.
He's seeked asylum.
He's sought.
He's sought asylum.
He's sought asylum. He's a guest of sect at the moment.
Ah, that bastard.
Oh, and there's another thing. His name. It's not a very original cover name, if it is one. Noland Tusk. I sort of try and read his face, see if he knew that as well.
Ah. Interesting.
Can I roll an insight to see if he knew already that that's what the guy was called?
Go for it.
I got 5.
Why do you even check if you're rolling that?
He did very good at the beginning of this episode. At the beginning of this part of this episode.
So I've tailed off a little bit now. Go on.
Yes. That is interesting. What do you think the chances are of that being his real name?
Slim to none springs to mind. And I sort of say to him, he's the next one, isn't he? He's got another one of them.
To my understanding, if he is who I think he is, and if he is who I'm sure you think he is, then the answer to that is a yes. At the very least, he was the last one that I knew to have one. At least, the last one in which my dealings led to him having one.
How do I get to him?
Only go through sect. Either violently or diplomatically is entirely up to yourself. I will be making my own moves to acquire him. However, I will not lie to you here. Once I get my fingers on him, I will probably use him and then cast him aside. I'm not exactly fond of sharing my resources. So if you wish to get hold of him, I suggest you make moves.
I don't need him, I just need the jewel.
Make whatever moves are needed to acquire it.
Just need
You see, that's what you need to realize. There is no such thing as morality in this city. There is no such thing as a scruple that should not be crossed. There is no lines. There is only what you will do and what you won't do to achieve the ends that you need to achieve. You could have him by the end of tonight, and you know you could. But the question is, are you willing to take that plunge, to sacrifice what it takes to sacrifice to get it? But you won't. So you'll go the harder route.
Oh, I
Climb that mountain.
wouldn't count me out just yet. I sort of look at the floor. Tell me, have you ever taken down a shark before?
I may control the boats, but I admit I have not sailed since I was a boy, so no.
And I sort of think, and I sort of go, big dangerous thing, but you don't have to hit it in just the right spot, and it keels over just like everything else. Thanks for your time, and I walk off.
Squids, however.
That was fucking intense, that was awesome!
That's pretty cool. He just nods and lets you leave. Your information is valuable. Consider your payment to me sorted for the moment. See you next month.
Maybe.
Don't.
He raises his eyes at that as you walk out. 1 second. He lets you go.
Oh, good.
What if I cocked it?
What if Blake died at the end of this episode? Okay. Now what am I doing? I've got 2 people I want to see.
What are you doing, Nathan?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I'll keep one of them till the end of the episode if that's all right. So I'm gonna head back to the place where we live. The Big Dicks investigation.
You okay?
No.
We had some sort of like stroke or like breakdown or something.
I'm having a stroke. Okay, let's try that again. So I've headed back to the agency.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to. So is Kelfis still around?
Yes, actually, she's seems to have sat down and fallen asleep in a chair in the lounge. She's like,
I just go over and gently.
Oh, you're home.
Yes. You really didn't have to stay until you fell asleep.
I know. I'm sorry. I just.
But you have done outstanding work today.
All I've done is clean and worry.
And you're outstanding at both of those things.
She chuckles and giggles at that.
I have 2 pieces of news. One is, I suppose, one is good, and one of them is good in theory, but it depends on how you take it.
Okay.
I'll start with the latter. Chances are good we'll be moving into the Northern Quarter soon.
Southern.
The Southern Quarter soon. Fuck.
Oh. Well, that'll make the commute a bit easier, but
Yes.
How? We don't have the funds for that.
Don't worry about that. We have agreements.
Agreements?
Yes.
Are you going to elaborate?
No. Because I'm worried you'll take it poorly.
Well, now I'm thinking I'm going to be taking it poorly. I want to know if I'm working for you. If I'm working for you, I want to know what it is I'm being a part of in the work. Tell me!
Would it work if I said don't worry about it?
Roll persuasion to try and get her to drop it.
No, that's a 3.
No, she ain't dropping it.
Very well. Well, we're a bit tired of being under the thumb of Palder Cal. He's a big scary man, isn't he? Awful chap. One of the worst.
Yes?
Well, another thief lord was very happy with the work we did today. It's a better arrangement.
A better arrangement? You're trading one thief lord for another. They're not good. None of them are good.
This one hasn't threatened to kill us yet.
Yet?
We'll deal with that when we come to it. The good news is that you'll be getting a raise.
How much?
How much are we paying her now? What are we paying you again? Are we paying you? We're paying you, aren't we?
Yes, some of your expenses do go to her. You are currently paying her about, I think it was something along the lines of 30 gold a week, something like that.
I'm going to make an executive decision without you here. How does 50 gold a week sound?
20 gold increase.
For your stellar efforts, it's no small price to pay.
Whereabouts in the southern quarter?
Around the Trinity Academy area.
You're going to be like Lewis.
Who?
Well, you know, Morse?
Oh, Inspector Morse, yeah. So we go from Columbo to Inspector Morse. I don't know any quotes from that one, though.
Hello, I'm Inspector Morse.
I'm Detective Inspector Morse.
She just thinks about it. I'll have a think about it. Tomorrow you'll either have
if it's the money, let us know, because we'll pay anything for you.
I like you. I like you both. You're good people. You've helped me. And being employed with you has allowed my mother to receive the medical care that she needs. But you almost died. And every single day you go out there, and every single day you face threats, and you almost die. And if you die, then there is a good chance that I am not in a good position to be able to take care of my mother, and then she suffers. This is an unstable situation that is very, very stressful. So tomorrow, I will either come into work, or I will be posting in my resignation. And she stands up and she walks out.
Oh, what did you ask for now?
Oh, I'm sorry, should I not have offered her a raise? Well, I hope to see you tomorrow, but I respect your decision and your situation either way. I apologise for putting you under such stresses.
She nods and she walks out.
I kick over a bin. Just not aggressively, just... And then I clean it up again. She spent a long time cleaning this place.
A bittersweet day. Is there anything else that you two would like
There
to
is something else I want to do, but I was wondering if there was anything you wanted to do.
No, you go first. I've got something, but...
I suppose we should also actually give our answer to What's-His-Dick, but we'll come back to that. I actually... What's-His-Dick? I actually wanted to go and see if I can find Bruges.
Ah, okay.
It's in Belgium. So I head over to Heath's Bridge, with apple in hand.
Okay. This is the chappie that saved our lives?
Yeah, lives under the bridge.
Good shout, Nathan. I forgot about him.
And I just give a gentle knock on the stone of the bridge and hold the apple.
He walks out and he actually has a large bruise on his cheek.
I hope that wasn't from our dealings. Might I have an audience? Does this guy not speak? Do I not?
He does speak.
Okay.
He does speak. But he's
just an arsehole.
crazy, but he's also blind.
Yeah.
He sits down, picks up a stick with his trunk, and starts writing in Celestial on the ground in just prayers.
Okay, so yeah, they're just prayers.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pop by to thank you for saving mine and Sirius's life. I don't think we'd still be around if you hadn't have discovered us.
He slowly nods.
There wasn't really much else to say than that, but you do fine work and you're an inspiration to the clerics of this city.
He looks up at him. He looks up at you, and just you see a small smile, and then he looks down, and then just continues.
I leave the apple and tip my hat good day, and I make my way. I make my leave.
Okay. What is the last thing that you would like to do, Blake?
Are you on your last thing now?
That was the last thing.
Okay, lovely. So have we let the goblin know that we're taking the job?
You're about to, but
Yeah, should we meet up together to do
Yes,
that?
let's do that.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I will also explain to him the situation with Kelphis before we head on in. Let him know that she's probably not going to stick around if we do this. But
and what is his reply to that?
I
Serious
sort of
reply.
take it on the chin because I feel guilty still. So
like that guy did with your ink.
yeah, I just,
It'll be a loss, but we were able to manage without her, and I'm sure there'll be others who'll be willing to take her place. I might source the northern quarter, however, just for someone who needs the job.
So, to get through the fluff of you just walking in, going through the maze and
Yeah,
everything
more
like that,
guns,
you're-
more knives.
More guns, more knives. You're in front of Zeron. And he looks up. And that's already.
We've had words with some of our people, and they're reluctant for us to move from one thief lord to another, but I don't think we hold many scruples.
That's nice to know. Some of the jobs I'll have you take will involve little scruples. But I will not ask you to do anything that compromises your business.
One thing.
Oh.
We will not kill unless threatened. We're not assassins, and I want you to be aware of that. I can only assume that with all of this weaponry, you have people far more talented than us to do that for you.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about that. I've got people far better than that than you.
I almost feel insulted.
I want to do a murder now. Sure, I could be alright.
Give me someone to murder.
You just reverse psychology, does you?
Very well, then. I think we're in agreement, aren't we, Sirius?
We are indeed.
Okay. I will send the requisite details and payments to the acquisition of your business and holdings to Palder Cal. I will pay offset for the rent and the purchase of your building, of your prior building at the northern quarter, and you will start working for me within 1 week.
Within a week?
Fantastic. We're moving up in the world then.
It's harder to move house.
As I say, that's quicker than Wilco's got back to me.
That's dating this episode.
Right?
Come on, 5 episodes from now, you'll still be waiting.
Hashtag still unemployed.
You have a job, just not a good job.
Okay, so we've said yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, I suppose with that we'll make our walk back home.
Yeah.
The home.
So next session will be your first...
One last thing.
Oh, yeah?
Nathan, can you cover your ears for a second? How do you pronounce that?
Refus.
Refus. Okay, thank you. So you can listen.
Am I okay?
Okay, so what is it you say? The next session we're starting our work under the employ of the goblin.
Yes. Is there something you want to do first?
Maybe not,
Oh.
because back at the detective agency, I'd say about like 1 in the morning. Is there a moon in the sky? Just to make it more dramatic.
1 second. I can actually give you an accurate
Now this
answer.
may go crazy off the rails.
Hooray for this. 1 second.
Or it may be quickly resolved character-wise by the next time we sit down and play the game.
You
I'm
are
not quite decided yet.
now on the month of Pale Sun. it is the first. It is wine day. One of the moons is a half moon, and the other one is a gibbous.
Okay.
So no
a
full.
waxing
What are you doing?
gibbous.
Okay, is
What,
it
you don't
raining
care?
or... Is it raining?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're not getting the moon power.
No. So I'm...
It's not that. It means that he's blessed by Teke right now.
So I've got the net and I've laid it over my lap, and I'm sort of like deep in contemplation. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do, and I just sort of think to myself, why couldn't it have been Rethos rather than me? And I get up and I sneak out of the building and down the street.
Okay, where you go?
Great.
That's it.
Oh, you're going to tell me next session?
Yep.
Great. Then now I have to do all the paperwork.
Me and actually, in that case, once we're finally done here, I'm going to have a conversation with you after the session,
Like I said,
so you
it
can
might
give me
be a nice
information,
little interlude
and I can
back
work
to
it
normal.
into the session.
Okay, but if we're done with the roleplay this evening,
Done with it?
thank you so much for joining us for this episode. I think we'll call this season 1. Well, there's not going to be like a break between episodes, I don't think. But from this point onwards, we're moving on to a fortnightly, every 2 weeks schedule rather than a weekly, just because having started to edit the videos, it's a much bigger task than we anticipated.
That's more their problem.
That's more our problem, because
Yeah.
Craig Blessed was doing it all on his own, but I've stepped in now to try and take some of that burden. But it does take a little over a week to edit a single episode, so putting them out weekly just isn't feasible, especially as now schedules have changed, so we can only really do this every 2 weeks
Yeah,
now.
it's mainly work issues and the fact that the last one that I was editing decided to mess up and now I have to re-edit the entire thing again.
Yeah, and like I say, because schedules have changed, we're only able to actually record for at most 3 hours at a time, which is why we're changing clothes halfway through episodes now. But if you've stuck with us from the beginning, we'll see you next time, and thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much. I hope you've been enjoying yourself so far.
You say that, but I mean, it's more the case of
I started waving.
I could do the editing, but I'll start drinking too much.
Also, Blake, I've seen you edit. You can't do the editing.
We'll see. Knock, knock, Nathan.
Who's there?
It's destiny, Daddy.
Okay, we're done.
Oh boy, what an episode. I bet you want to tune in next week, don't you? But before you do, why don't you just take a second to peruse the fantastic artworks of Renix Arts, who did the character portraits for us, and also all of that wonderful music in the video. Well, that's all thanks to Derek and Brandon Fiechter, who gave us permission to use the music that we have in this video that made it all sound very mystical and lovely. And why don't you, while you're here, why don't you just click one of these buttons to like and subscribe, and why don't you leave a comment? Craig will read it, I won't, because I'm scared of rejection.
It's true, he is.
Mother, why don't you love me?